Most of you listening right now are probably multitasking. Yep, while you're listening to this, you're probably also driving, cleaning, exercising, or maybe even grocery shopping. But if you're not in some kind of moving vehicle, there's something else you can be doing right now. Getting an auto quote from Progressive Insurance. It's easy, and you could save money by doing it right from your phone. Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save nearly $700 on average, and auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Discounts for having multiple vehicles on your policy, being a homeowner, and more. So just like your favorite podcast, Progressive will be with you 24/7, 365 days a year. So you're protected no matter what. Multitask right now. Quote your car insurance at Progressive.com to join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $698 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2021 and May 2022. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Hey, it's Mike Hawk. Join me every Thursday at 1 p.m. exclusively on the Odyssey app as we go live with Odyssey. Join in on the action as we cover interesting facts, top 10 lists, and some fun new games. Follow the Men's Room page on the Odyssey app and join in all the fun Thursday afternoons at 1.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to Season 18, episode number 3,866. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. Montgomery. And you on the Men's Room. Well, Ted, today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's Meat and Potatoes heads to the ballpark. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, the Men's Room Shot of the Day, fun listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack. Drinking to drunk.
All right, here we go. Nothing to see here. Just a man in the Vegas airport terminal openly smoking meth. Meanwhile, never good when a fake paramedic shows up when one is near death. New York judge terminated for banging his gavel on OnlyFans. Shocking that stuffing fish with weights is something that a fishing tournament bans. And a Florida principal falls for the old I'm Elon Musk trick. But it's all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the cat. I didn't jacked up.
Do I gotta say it?
I was almost like, dude, I actually picked up my pace. We will spin the category wheel, and then we will ask you a question from that category. But here is where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because, as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy and returning champ is the lovely and talented Danny, who thought ethereal was a breakfast food you ate with milk and found a way to answer 12 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
Be a contestant to play Big Dummy. Call 206-803-ROCK. You can like The Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to themensroom@KISW.com.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale.
with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
You diet, you work out, and still there's that one stubborn spot. Hey, it's Jason. I just went after my stubborn fat by doing cool sculpting at Tureen Dermatology, Minnesota's top cool sculpting provider. Dr. Tureen is my dermatologist. We froze my fat, and those fat cells are gone for good. FDA approved. No pain, no downtime. Ranked top doctor 8 years in a row. Trust the experts at Tureen Dermatology. Call today, 651-633-6883, and say goodbye to stubborn fat.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit max.com.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, but tell us, away we go. Welcome to Season 18, Episode number 3,866. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat on opening day.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, head chef is in the house. Ted's Meat and Potatoes. He's heading to the ballpark, folks. All the new foods out there. Some of the classic oldies, I guess.
Yeah, some of the new ones at parks around the country are wild.
In the last, 15 years, the ballpark world has really stepped up their food game.
And they should, just based on the nature of baseball. It's not like you're going to, quote-unquote, miss anything if you get up and get food, so it's kind of cool when you sit down in these bleachers at summertime that you're eating something ridiculously unhealthy.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, as far as baseball goes, I still am one of those tried and true guys. Not that I would not have a Kid Valley hamburger from going down the stadium or whatever, but traditionally, I'll try to get a hot dog.
Sure.
Yeah. A bag of peanuts is a guarantee.
Do you get Cracker Jacks?
No, I do not get Cracker Jacks.
So you don't really fulfill the song.
The sweet part of the deal would be when my kids go, they always get cotton candy. Ted, I believe you were at the ball game when that little kid was on the Videotron.
Mike and I were there when Cotton Candy Girl was doing her thing out there in the outfield.
But
she's a meme now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she pops up in everything.
Congratulations. I mean, that's big stuff right there, man.
Man, what a sugar rush that kid was on.
My kids, it's all about the Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, that's another big
The problem is, no matter where we sit in that ballpark, the Dippin' Dots are the furthest point away.
Right. Now,
from where we are
these like ridiculous fair food type of items, or are they just more traditional, or just upscale stuff like sushi?
No, these are like crazy items.
Okay.
These are like the new, there's 5 of them from different parks that are like the new, holy cow.
All right, I'm in.
Look, man, the minor leaguers have been doing some crazy stuff for years. I believe
absolutely
they were the ones that invented the Krispy Kreme cheeseburger.
The donut cheeseburger.
So all these different foods that are kind of that have popped up, a lot of them have their roots in minor league baseball or a fair or whatever.
For sure.
But that's pretty cool.
And there's a lot of people too, that's just part of going to a game, right? Like you wouldn't sit at home generally. Like I remember being a kid. It's like I would sit around home and just be like, here's 2 hot dogs and a pretzel. But you're at the game.
Absolutely.
You might eat something you don't generally eat or whatever. So it's ballpark food is fun.
Well, not only that, but with a lot of other sports, you go into a football game, whatever, you might tailgate and have some food in the parking lot.
Right.
You might go to dinner someplace before you go to a hockey game or whatever the deal is. But it seems to me like when I go to a baseball game, my plan is to eat at the baseball games.
That's dinner tonight, kids.
That's exactly right. Head chef coming up with Ted's Meat and Potatoes as we head to the ballpark. What else we got for you today? We'll head on over exclusively to the Odyssey app for the Men's Room Happy Hour, Monday through Friday. Lucky you get more Men's Room. And we bring it to you courtesy of the Odyssey app. Bless you, Mike. Just head to the Men's Room page on the Odyssey app, and you'll see the download there for the Men's Room Happy Hour. Keep in mind that only goes live at 6 o'clock when we do more Men's Room. And also, there's a reason that channel is labeled explicit, as today we play the game known as Dirty Big Dummy. You can play along at home if you like. We give you 10 questions, and a bonus question is worth 2 points. So that's coming up at the finale of the show. More Men's Room with the Men's Room Happy Hour. And today is the day that we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We'll spin the category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. And as you said, Steve, our biggest dummy, that would be Danny. It took her 12 questions to get one right. And as we do when we like to play Big Dummy, we do a little Men's Room poll, see where your brain is. Last time we played the big game, we asked you if your life was to be portrayed, how would you like that to happen?
Oh, that's right.
So your choices were, I'd like a movie made about my life. Also, a book was a choice. The stage, whether that be a musical or a play, some type of theater you could do, or a television show. And here are the results as we put the poll up for you every week if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. So coming in at number 4, no surprise to me, stage. Only 9% of you said, yeah, if I wanted my life work done someplace, the story of my life, it would be done in a Broadway type setting.
Yeah, I feel like most of us are just not Broadway people, but I do feel like on some level that would be the coolest way.
It would be.
All the costumes, they got to make all these set changes. People are singing, they're dancing, they're doing all this.
That's the best part, I think, is as much as I hate musicals and as much as I hate those songs, and as far as the stories that they're bridging and telling, if it was about me, man, those songs would be great.
Absolutely.
They would be the highlight of the entire stage.
Hey, Thrill, put down the melon. Turns out you become a felon. You just kidnapped someone last night.
There's a guy all tied up with pepperoni between his toes in the closet someplace.
I don't know if his name is Tony, but between his toes, there's pepperoni. You're a kidnapper now.
Yeah, look out. Coming in at number 3, that would be the movie. You'd want your life portrayed in a movie. 24% of you said that. Believe it or not, I thought movie might be number 1. Book was number 2.
Okay.
30% said, hey, a book about my life would be pretty cool. Number 1, 36% of you said, going with a TV show, if I'm going to be portrayed through anything. Now, this week on the poll, we take the poll from a few stories, a few we've told you recently, but the idea is you're going to be lost for a couple of weeks.
All right.
So no one's going to be able to contact you.
Did we say 2 weeks?
We said 2. We determined that
Let's
was probably...
call it a fortnight. Let's sound a fit. You are lost a fortnight.
Fortnight.
Yes. Fortnight.
So where are you going to be lost is the question, and we have a couple stories here. A man miraculously was found after being lost in the Australian outback for 2 weeks. Phu Tran was discovered by Ted Fogarty, a livestock farmer, near a remote town in Alice Springs in the Northern Territory of Australia. He, along with Tamara and Claire, set out for a drive on the afternoon of November 19th when their car got stuck in a riverbed and stranded them in the wilderness with nothing around for miles. I was talking to a person, and she was telling me that she heard there's 3 missing people in the area, and I hadn't heard about this. I thought in the morning I'll go out, have a look in the area, see if I find any tracks or anything. And as soon as I come here, I see tracks, and I just followed them. Fogarty said that Tran was very lucky to be alive. He is lucky that we found him. He could have went anywhere, and you would have not had any water for maybe another 20 kilometers or so. He was slightly disoriented, but in good condition after his 2-week ordeal. The woman, one of them, was rescued Sunday evening, about a mile north of where their car got stuck. She allegedly decided to stay there for a while the other 2 set out for help. Tran and Hockridge allegedly walked at night to avoid the blistering heat, which was over 104 degrees for most of the day.
Damn.
She described the ordeal in a press conference following the rescue. 3 of us, my partner and friend, took a wrong turn, basically ended up being bogged. And experienced something I would never, ever, ever want to experience again. When the helicopter found me, I thought that Claire and Tran had reached the highway. That was my way, my immediate thought. So to find out that's not the case is worrying. As their other friend still was not found.
Uh-oh.
So, and they've never recovered any remains.
Are you still looking at that point?
Who knows what happened?
I would tell you I'm still looking.
Yeah,
I'm still looking.
The key to this one is that you're going to deal with extreme heat.
Mm-hmm.
You are dealing with whatever the Australian outback
I believe it's predominantly desert, right?
It might be, but if you go to a river, I'm going to assume that there might be crocodiles in there. So any of your water sources, you got to think about these snakes. You have to think about the bugs. You have to think about the size of the spiders, the brown recluse snake, and all the other things down there that are poisonous as hell. So,
I mean, I'm with Thrill, though. I don't even know if there is water sources out there.
Well, 20 kilometers was the next water source.
So, not really. There's water sources, but you're talking, 15, 16 miles? Right. So, I'm looking at a picture of the Australian outback, all right? And basically, it looks like you would be in Utah or Colorado. So there's a lot of scrub brush. There are some rock formations. The sand is golden orange. I mean, there's nothing.
Right. And no rules.
No rules.
No rules.
But it's
I mean, literally, I don't know. Like in America, you drive through stuff and everything, but like I don't think Australia, you don't really, people just don't go out there.
I was going to say, I think there's even warnings before you do the Northern Territory. Mm-hmm. I think it's like, hey, before you do this, these are the items you should absolutely have in your vehicle.
And we brought this up to you the other day, but a Bolivian man who claimed to have been missing in the Amazon alone for a month has recounted eating insects and worms, collecting water in his boots, and drinking his own urine to stay alive. The man, who was 30, is one of the longest ever lone Amazon survivors. It helped a lot to know about survival techniques. I had to consume insects, drink my urine, eat worms. I was attacked by animals. He was reported missing by his family at the end of January. He'd been on a hunting trip with 4 friends in the Amazon rainforest, but became separated from his party. 1 month later, from the day that he was lost, he was found by search and rescue teams. He said it rained half the time he was lost. He used his rubber boots to collect whatever rainwater he could, but when the skies dried up, he had to drink his own urine. I asked God for rain. If it hadn't rained, I would have not survived. Disoriented, the man said he walked about 25 miles in search of civilization, soon realized he was just going around in circles. He was exposed to the elements at night. He said he was bitten by all sorts of different creatures. His sister said that her brother had to fight with a pig, which is a wild, dangerous animal, and a tiger lurked nearby most all of the time.
I'll deal with the pig before the tiger.
Wow. I'm very happy and grateful after being reunited with his family. So that guy was in the Amazon for 1 month. So you have the Australian outback, you have the Amazon. Next week,
there's tigers in the Amazon?
There's jaguars for sure. Tigers,
a tiger lurked nearby, according to CBS. I don't know. That probably some type of big cat.
Definitely jaguars.
I was going to say, I know jaguars in there.
Either way, would it matter? It's jaguars, not tigers. Okay, I'm still terrified.
Well, that is typical of a big cat, though. It's like, this guy's probably going to die soon. I'm just going to hang out here and wait for him to die.
I got time, brother. It's going to hang up in the tree.
There's a reason that the Florida Panthers are called the Florida Panthers, because there's huge panthers in Florida. Yep. So if there's panthers in Florida, I'm assuming there's going to be stuff in the Amazon as well. Now we head north to Alaska. This is not a good one, but a lifelong outdoorsman and hunter from Dover, Delaware, had been missing in Alaska wilderness for almost a week. This guy is a former Marine and well-known electrician in his area. He was in northern Alaska on a hunting trip with a friend when he went missing. My soulmate, my best friend, my husband of 38 years, is missing, according to his wife. He was on a trip with his friend, Brian Collins, in a remote part of northern Alaska. They left their campsite Saturday morning around 10. Their time to get food was, or where they went was about a half mile away. He never returned. Collins waited more than 24 hours to report his buddy missing. He wasn't really alarmed much at first because he thought he just got turned around, so then he went out looking for him. You got to remember, they are way, way out. They are 60 miles from the nearest town, and keep in mind, these are freezing cold temperatures.
Right.
They were in an area called the North Slope Burrow. Search and rescue crews tried to find him for days. Then that went on for weeks. Basically, they gave up looking for this man after about a month. Some of his family went into the area. They had friends, search and rescue, and everything else, but they never found the guy who got lost.
It shouldn't have just been called search until you rescue. Like, search and rescue, to me, says we have completed the task.
Yeah.
And
so there's also search and recovery.
That stage,
yeah, search and recovery.
But that's why they call it search and rescue.
I know, I get it. It's very optimistic. I'm just saying, but I'll be happy with the latter.
Okay.
Well, nobody just searches.
Well, you do. You hope to rescue them.
But I'm just saying, even if your keys are, like, you wouldn't just walk around your house and look for stuff. You're hoping to rescue the keys.
You know, that's very, very true. But I cannot say that I've searched and rescued my keys. Because right now I'm going to say I've lost them. Which means right now I'm just searching. And if I don't have to call anyone, then I have rescued them.
Okay, look, it depends. It depends, all right? So you lose your keys off a boat, and it goes down into the water.
Sure.
And it falls to the bottom of the lake, right? To me, that is search and recovery.
I feel like that's search and rescue. Because the key,
you're not
if they still
rescuing the
work.
keys, you're recovering them, right?
I mean, look, you're both kind of right. Like, it is search and rescue because you're getting it done. But also, like, because when you say recovery, unfortunately, you think, like, the person's passed.
That's a fine.
But Miles is correct. I guess you can't rescue keys because they're not a living thing.
Sure. And then our last scenario here. You've heard the story. It was a crazy one. A man who spent 24 days adrift in the Caribbean says he survived by eating little more than ketchup. Elvis Francois, 47, was found 120 nautical miles northwest of Colombia's Puerto Bolívar after a plane saw the word help engraved on the hull of his sailboat. The Colombian Navy said in a statement he had no food. It was just a bottle of ketchup that was on the boat, some garlic powder, and some stock cubes. So I mixed it with some water, basically, to make it like a makeshift broth or whatever. He said that he is from the nation of Dominica. Said he'd been making repairs to his boat near the Dutch port in St. Martin in December when weather conditions pulled his boat out to sea. He said he lacked navigational knowledge and was unable to maneuver his boat back to shore, and he spent weeks lost at sea. 24 days, no land, nobody to talk to, don't know what to do, don't know where you are. It was rough. At a certain time, I lost hope. I thought about my family. After being rescued, he was transferred to the port city where he was receiving medical care, later handed over to immigration authorities for his return home, according to Colombian officials. Also, Heinz went on a quest to find this guy, and they eventually did after a few weeks when the story went viral, and they bought the guy a new boat. So that was the
hopefully they put in some navigation equipment.
Yes. So our men's room poll, you are lost for 2 weeks. Where will that be? The Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or at sea? That is our men's room poll, and you can vote now if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live.
What are you picking out of those?
Alaska.
Really?
100%.
No.
I'm going rainforest, I think.
I'm going outback.
You going outback?
I am absolutely going outback.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm going rainforest. Outback, there's just nothing. At least with Ted. I feel like in the wilderness, you can find something to eat, right?
Yeah.
You can sustain yourself. Look, you might get attacked eating, who knows? But you can sustain yourself. I feel like the rainforest, like the guy, sure, you got to drink your own pee and all that, but he also ate some wild berries and all that kind of thing. But he was stalked by large cats. By the way, as far as the cats that live in the Amazon, someone here says there's jaguars, which is the third largest cat in the world, and cougars in the Amazon, plus a whole host of smaller wild cats.
Now, are you guys...
Yeah, it just caught my attention when they said tigers. I'm like, tigers live in, like, Asia.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys familiar with grubs and the Australian grubs and the size of these?
Sure, I've seen them before.
So, word back in the Australian Aborigines, they would eat grubs. They would fry them up.
They do a lot of things.
In various different ways. So, at least there is a food source that you know of which live underneath vegetation. So
I would find it much easier to pop wild berries into my mouth than to pick up one of those giant-ass grubs and eat it.
Well, the problem with it is if you don't have any fire, you're not exactly going to cook them. You're going to eat these bugs alive.
Right.
Or you smash.
You can kill it, but still.
I mean, yeah, but you're still eating.
You taking the Outback?
I think I'm taking the Outback.
Where are you going, Mike?
I think I'm going Amazon.
All right. I'm right there with you, man.
It's too wet, man. There's too many insects. There's too much crazy stuff.
Well, I get hot, and I need wet.
You're going to be hot.
I know.
It is gonna be.
Come on up to Alaska with me.
It's humid as hell.
Look, here's the deal.
You're in the middle of a desert that's over 100 degrees.
But it's freezing
and
cold.
No shade.
I don't want to go to the Outback. I don't want to dehydrate in the desert. That sounds horrible.
Yes.
Amazon's got way too many, critters and snakes.
To me, that's the main thing about Amazon.
You're in a rainforest.
Right.
You're wet all the time.
The sea, I don't know. I'm going to lose my brain. I'm going to lose my mind and start drinking seawater.
I'm drinking the water, yeah.
So any of these, I'm going to die pretty quickly. I'd rather be mauled by a bear.
Really?
That's how you want to go?
Yeah.
I'm fighting a cat, man.
No chance.
No.
I don't want to, but if you said a grizzly bear or a jaguar, I just feel my chances are better with the jaguar. Look, I'm not saying that's
you're not all wrong.
I might be.
You have a better chance of staring down the jaguar than you do, trying to find what you need to do against a bear, in my opinion, especially up there in Alaska.
But it's a cat. It's just going to hunt you and stalk you.
It is.
It's fine, but it's not a tech. You can stalk me all you want.
By the time you see it, it's too late. Now, look, the grizzly bear is going to maul me. Yeah. But at least I can look him in the eye and charge at him, too.
In your mind.
Look, Mike, I've lost it. I'm out in the wilderness.
I know, man.
Right. There's no bears. I'm actively going to look for bears to fight.
Ted.
In your mind, what is the most dangerous time of the day? As far as
dusk
in the 24-hour period of a day. When
it depends where I'm at, man.
When do you fear?
I feel like if I'm in Alaska, it's probably during the day. And the rainforest, I'm assuming it's at night, especially with cats, right? Because they want to hunt at night. And the bugs are going to get me. I'll probably get dysentery.
Australian outback, I'd also say at night because you're not seeing what's creeping up on you.
But it's over 100 degrees during the day with no shade, man.
Correct.
And what's in the Australian outback that's actively going to hunt you? You know, because everything there is reasonally small. So you might be
everything is, man.
Yeah. But there's no big
The
animals.
environment of the Australian outback is hunting you down,
If you are at sea, yes, there is a potential for sharks and everything else. If you are
don't get in the water,
if you're in the water. But I think being lost at sea provides you the opportunity to at least get some rest. If you can fall asleep, there's really nothing that you can worry about.
But I'm trying to wake up again. You're right. I can definitely go to sleep. It's pretty chill. There's no doubt about that. But I don't know, man. I feel like I'd want to be on my toes if I'm lost in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but this is 2 weeks. You can't just be.
Yeah, but up in Alaska, I got a nice little moss bed.
That is not.
You're more than likely in the snow. You could probably build a snow cave.
Well, I'll just curl up like a dog and keep myself warm.
I'm laying under big palm leaves, just waiting for the snakes to bite me.
Men's room poll, you are lost for 2 weeks. Will it be the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or at sea? Big Dummy coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room.
Love the skin you're in with Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa's facial services. Enjoy the tranquility and deep relaxation while giving your skin a rejuvenating glow. All facials are tailored to your individual needs using the highest quality ingredients designed to give you healthy, radiant, and younger-looking skin. Visit any one of their 8 Seattle Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa locations or book online at handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details. T-Mobile's network can help keep you connected to all your favorite podcasts when you're out and about. Whether you're an early bird looking to dive into a daily news podcast or a night owl who wants to catch up on the latest reality TV drama, T-Mobile will keep you connected on their strong and reliable network. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than anyone. So if you need great coverage, especially when you're on the go, check out T-Mobile. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/CY. That's SEEWHY.
Odyssey celebrates Pride by amplifying the voices, music, and conversations of the LGBTQ+ community. Download the free Odyssey app and listen to podcasts celebrating and having conversations about the issues facing LGBTQ+ Americans, like It's Okay to Say Gay, Queer Intentions, and The Bald and the Beautiful with Trixie Mattel and Katia Zamo. To hear music by and for the LGBTQ+ community, plus podcasts and more, go to Odyssey.com/pride or download the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, game is Big W, 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game.
Enjoy.
Hello, Kyle. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Liquid hard.
Kyle, sober, not sober?
Team sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy, sir. All right, our Men's Room poll, you're going to be lost for 2 weeks. Are you picking the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or at sea?
Give me the C.
You're going to take the C.
Going up the C, okay.
Give me the C. He can catch it.
By the way, Miles, people on Twitter want to know, what are they stuck in the sea? Like, you're not on a boat. Is it like a life raft?
We can give that guy the same sailboat.
He was on his boat, but it was overturned. Is the problem.
Okay, your boat's overturned. Still a decent length, but you got ketchup packets, garlic powder, and what, bouillon cubes, I believe? Mm-hmm. It's surrounded by water.
And then not a drop to drink.
Well, yeah, obviously he had some water to make the soup or whatever. Or maybe he just ate the cubes. He probably just ate the cubes because he had garlic powder.
Yeah, are you worried about your breath at that point?
No.
You know what I mean? Like a dolphin's going to come up like, you stink.
Right.
You're fine.
Well, he hadn't brushed his teeth in,
Yeah, man. Think about
24
that.
days.
That morning breath had to be just kicking.
You're right. At that point, I don't think I'm worried about that.
It's not that I'm worried about it, but like, we've all had those mornings for whatever reason. Your breath is considerably worse than normal in the morning.
Sure.
And it's all you can think about until you can get that taste out of your mouth. That's all I'm saying. All right, Kyle, who's lost at sea, here is your question. What bird was the first bird domesticated by humans? Was it chickens, ducks, doves, or geese?
What was the first two?
Chickens, ducks, doves, or geese?
I'm going to go geese.
Wow. One and done.
One and done.
Nice
Wait
job.
a minute. I'll give you a 50. Really? Why did you pick geese? To me, that would have been the last one I picked. I don't know why.
Because the Germans used geese to patrol like back in the day, used to patrol with them.
I'll be a son of a bitch. Well, if you're that damn smart, why do you listen to this show?
Goose, come here.
All right, Kyle. Here's your question. True or false? The man who invented the revolving door came up with it because he hated having to open doors for women.
False.
That's true. Believe it or not, man. Damn. That is why he did it. So we have revolving doors because he's like, I'm tired of this.
I thought it was a wind thing.
No, the reason they were invented, a lot of buildings use them now for wind, but he literally invented these because he was tired of being a gentleman.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Sean. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
Sean, are you on team sober or team not sober?
Sober right now.
All right, Sean, welcome to Big Dummy. Where are you going lost for 2 weeks there? Australia, now back, the Amazon, Alaskan wilderness, or at sea?
Well, so what time of year is it?
Well, it's a reasonable question if you're thinking Alaska. Is it nighttime all the time? Is it daytime most of the time?
Whatever you want it to be, dude.
Okay, yeah, because if it's not winter, I'd probably go with Alaska, but if it's winter, I'm going with the sea.
Okay. All right, Sean, here's your question. What were Laurel and Hardy's first names?
Oh, hey, you guys are awesome. I love what you do, but I'm wanting Stan and Ollie.
Damn. All right, that was correct. Let's give you a 50-50.
Stan and Ollie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Oliver, but yeah, Stan and Ollie. All right, your question. Which country drinks more Guinness in a year, Nigeria or Ireland?
Oh, that's one of those trick questions. It's got to be Nigeria.
What? The biggest beer in Nigeria is Guinness, and they drink more Guinness in Nigeria than Ireland drinks Guinness.
Is that based on the population of Nigeria and the amount sold, or is it?
It's just per capita, right? So
sure, yeah.
I don't know, but I guess Guinness, whatever, it hit Nigeria, and they're like, this is the stuff.
It is good stuff.
It is good stuff, I agree.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Morgan. Welcome to the men's room. Caca!
Morgan, are you sober or not sober?
I'm not sober, man.
All right, good for you, Morgan.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Where are you going to be lost for 2 weeks? Australian outback, the Amazon, Alaskan wilderness, or at sea?
I will die in the Amazon.
The Amazon.
See, but I like that you're realistic about it. I will die in the Amazon. I said I would pick the Amazon. All these texts came in saying, Thrill, you're stupid. This thing could kill you. This thing could kill you. The way these big cats hunt. And I'm like, look, I'm not saying I'm going to survive any of these scenarios. But based on my confidence level, which I'm sure will be shattered quickly, I'm picking the Amazon.
Do you remember the movie that was based on a true story of a family that moved down to the Amazon, to Brazil? And
they lost the kid?
They lose the kid because
the Jade something?
Yeah, Jade River.
A little blonde kid.
Right.
Did he get snatched up by a tribe or something?
The premise was that he's going down there for some type of contracting job that had something to do with the Amazon. So they're in that area, but the kid either got lost, wandered off, whatever the deal was abducted. I don't know what the deal was, but the kid ended up being adopted by a tribe.
Right.
And lived with the tribe and this is a young child, so for X amount of years, and I can't remember how long this goes on for, but either way, they're always looking for their lost child. At some point in time, they find him. He is now more of an adolescent, but he does not speak any English.
And he doesn't want to go with them.
And he doesn't want to go back home.
I can't believe it took them that long, because they're talking to all these tribes down there, and the one thing they never said, all right, you watch this whole movie, they never said, you seen a white kid with blue eyes and blonde hair? They'd be like, oh, hell yeah.
They probably come from all around.
That kid? That's your kid? Yeah, we've seen.
Kid with the magic powers.
All right, Morgan.
I don't know why. That's horrible for those parents. But it is kind of funny. The kid's like, this is my tribe now.
Because he ended up being with them longer than he had been with his parents, right? He was like 5 or 6, I guess, when he disappeared.
I believe even younger.
By the time they found him, he was maybe somewhere between 15 and 18. So all he could even remember, legitimately, was hanging out with his homies in the tribe, man.
Just shooting monkeys out of trees.
Yeah. With blow darts. So they show up, and he's like, hey, man, I appreciate you looking, but I'm staying here. Ain't great.
I will say that one hunting show I watched, he was in the Amazon and they cooked a monkey.
Jesus, man.
Because like natives can actually
blow dart these things.
Yeah, but he was just like, it's just hard to eat that. It just looks too much like us.
Well, sure. I mean, it's a monkey.
Yeah.
I assume you pluck it and everything before you cook
How do you cook your monkey, Ted?
Well, what I saw they did was you just throw that monkey on an open fire and then you scrape off all his fur and stuff.
I assume it's dead first, right?
Yeah, well, you got to kill him.
You'll skin the monkey first?
So they would burn the hair off, I guess?
Yeah.
Huh.
That makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rotisserie monkey.
People, now it's Safeway. All right, your question. What nickname did Thomas Jackson earn during the Civil War?
Thomas Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
The Scalper.
The Scalper.
Action.
Stonewall Jackson.
Oh.
Action Jackson.
Yes, he was, in fact, Action Jackson. It's Carl Weathers.
The one and
that would
done.
have been ironic.
Got that at the first battle of Bull Run or first battle of Manassas, depending on what you want to call it.
So Manassas is what? The north version of it. Bull Run is the southern version of it? Or is it vice versa?
It's vice versa.
Okay. So one thing about all these Civil War battles, you will hear two different names for the same battle. Depends if you're hearing it from the north or the south.
Correct. North's going to name it for a body of water. South names it for the town.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now I know. All right.
Hold on.
Yeah. Remember that.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, like Antietam Creek, but it was also called Sharpsburg.
Right, because it's a Sharpsburg.
All
So it seems like, as a kid, you're like, there were a lot of battles in the Civil War. And there were, but there's half as many as you see. Because they each had two names. Mm-hmm. All right. Here is your question. What military cemetery is located across the Potomac River, or Patty Mac, if you're Will Smith, from the Lincoln Memorial?
I have no idea. Arlington. That's not right.
There you go. Yes, it is. You do have an idea.
No idea.
See there?
How about that? Game is Big Dummy 206-803 Rock.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. John, are you on team sober or team not sober?
Not sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy John. You're lost for 2 weeks. What are you taking? The Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or at sea?
I'm going to take my chances in Alaska.
Okay.
All right, Alaskan wilderness.
What do you think your biggest danger is in Alaska?
I'm freezing to death.
That's fair.
That or the bears?
So you keep thinking grizzly bears. Someone on the text line, they brought up a good point going, depending how far north you are, you also have to deal with polar bears.
Correct.
Which are a much, much, much different threat.
And brown bears.
Than a grizzly bear. Are there any kind of bears that don't live there other than koala?
I don't need a car wash, Miles.
Black bears.
No black bears?
Yeah, we've been
Go figure.
anchors,
Yeah.
You were
Not a one. Hey. Roger's what we call a polar bear.
I don't know if you looked around, but...
Yeah, you're right. Black bears stay pretty much in the 48.
I ain't going to...
and Canada.
The mother bears is crazy.
I ain't going to...
Hey, polar bear, come over here and try this.
Yeah. You ever eat this kind of kill? Come on. You a polar bear.
That's what we call spice, polar bear.
That's boudin.
Yeah, right. You try some of that boudin, polar bear.
This polar bear never had no caging.
All right, John, here's your question. Who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird?
Oh, boy. That's a good question.
Oh, thank you very much.
Killing Mockingbird. Killing Mockingbird. I don't know the answer to that question. Jules Verne.
Hey, at least you named an author.
Kill a Mockingbird.
Come on, Ted. Come on.
I know this one.
Mike already mouthed it to me.
I know I'm saying the wrong name because he's a lawyer. I want to keep saying F. Lee Bailey, but that's wrong.
There's a Lee in it.
There is.
It's not Bruce Lee.
Harper Lee.
Harper Lee, yes.
Harper Lee.
Lee Harper.
Harper Lee, dang it.
All right, your question.
Lee Harper plays guitar in the band.
What's the other name for hypertension?
Hypertension.
Oh, damn. Ted must have been a doctor recently.
I was like, I know this one, unfortunately.
Hypertension. Stress.
Anxiety?
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure.
Oh.
I knew that. I have that.
Oh, do you? Sprouse, you
come
gotta
on, John.
know.
What do you do for your high blood pressure there, John?
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay, good. Stay on that. Stay on that.
How old are you?
47.
Okay, that's high blood pressure time, man. You don't know.
I know.
No, I'm just saying, like, when you're 18,
the high blood pressure years
people
now.
are like, this sucks. After you hit a certain age, like, that, just tell me what's up, dude. Like I said, every late night commercial now applies to me. If you're over 50, like, yeah, I know. I'm at more of a risk.
Hope you don't like salt.
Right. I'm black. I love salt. Come on, man. I mean, it's just unfair. Like, you tell black people they can't use salt. Like, brother, listen.
I'm going to die, though.
They're like, you need to take care of salt. I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and die.
Buy the coffin.
I'm going to die deliciously. All right. Your question, what Kansas town is the earthly home of a young Superman?
Kansas town?
Yes, it's located in Kansas. It's a fictional place, but they say it's in the state of Kansas.
Not a very big town.
Not very big at all.
Fictional town. Superman, is that what you said?
Yes, Superman.
I don't know where Superman was from. I thought he was from some planet.
He is from a planet, but when he got to Earth, when the people found him and essentially kidnapped him, what was the small town he grew up in Kansas?
The small town that Superman grew up in Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Smallville?
Hey! There you go.
Thank God you got friends, John.
It's also the nickname what my wife calls my underwear.
Name is Big Dummy, 206-803-RIDE.
I guess I'm going to Kansas.
Population 1. Going down to Smallville.
Going on down to Smallville.
Hello. You have to say it every time, honey. Jesus.
I get it.
I'll be right back.
Hello, Shane. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Shane, are you sober or not sober?
Sober today.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sober.
All right,
Sober.
Shane. Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll, you're lost for 2 weeks. Will you take the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or at sea?
I'm going to take my chances in the Alaskan wilderness.
All right.
Alaskan wilderness.
You think if we'd asked this question, say we lived in Mobile, frickin' Alabama, right? Yeah. Do you think we would get as many Alaska answers? Just because living in Seattle, it's like we kind of have the pipeline to Alaska. Everyone seems to be hyper familiar with Alaska. Therefore, I can understand why a lot of us, not myself, feel they got a better shot there.
I think you could live in the mountains of Colorado and not have any idea what you're getting into in Alaska. I just think...
No, I agree. Alaska's gets different.
But one thing about being in Alaska, if you are in that type of situation, you are geared to be there. So, yes, you might be lost.
Right.
But it's not like you're walking around in flip-flops and a T-shirt.
That is very true.
Nobody said you were unprepared. You didn't just land in the middle of the ocean.
I mean, right. I would think everyone in these scenarios, like, I'm not wearing flip-flops in the Amazon either, right? I'm going to have my snake boots and all the rest of that, but it's still
But the guy who was fixing his boat, he was fixing his boat in a body of water, and it just started drifting
it drifted out.
So he was not prepared for any of that crap, and that was 24 days.
He's still on a boat.
He is on a boat. You know, it's not like it's...
And what else? He had a boat and a bottle of ketchup, brother.
He had a boat. He had more than just his skin in the water, man.
We would not know him.
That's what I'm saying is that he was, you know...
He ain't treading water for
decent ability to survive.
But we all... Look, you're right. He's on a boat. He's in a body of water. The other three scenarios, we're on land, which is where we choose to operate.
Yeah.
So I still feel like the odds are about even.
Fair.
Yeah. At least I can walk somewhere and try to get help. He just had to hope that he float... Because his boat's upside down, so you can't even control it. He had to hope that a current took him somewhere where there's land.
How long did it take him to get his equilibrium back?
Oh, dude. Probably like
If you've ever spent a night on just a little rickety boat out in the water, man, you don't walk straight for 2 days.
Look, bro, if all you ate was ketchup for a month, you ain't walking well anyway.
That's fair.
All right there, Shane. Here is your question. What two states border Lake Champlain?
Lake Champlain. Man, I'm a geography guy, too. I'm not sure on that one.
Pour me a gas, it's Champlain.
I don't know.
It's in the northeast of the country. Just guess two states.
Maine?
Go ahead and spin the wheel.
Vermont and New York.
Yes, Vermont and New York.
Interesting.
All right, Shane. I like Ike was the campaign slogan for which president? I like Ike.
Eisenhower.
Yeah.
There you go. Very good, very good. More Big Dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
Have you or
or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $700 on average, and auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $698 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2021 and May 2022. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Oh, let's say hello to Robert. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola! Robert, are you sober or not sober today?
Team sober, still at work.
All right, Robert.
Don't let that stop you, Robert.
Do you operate heavy machinery? Who cares? All right, Robert.
Drive cars.
Our men's room poll, you're lost for 2 weeks. Are you going to take the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or at sea?
Well, I'll go with the Amazon. Figure I could either get successful and feed myself or trip balls and die.
All right.
That's a good point.
I'm always afraid, like, just some type of weird virus or bacteria or something that I can't even see and defend against.
To me, look, there's the obvious predators in the Amazon. This is not lost on me, but I feel like up until you die, the thing that would be most frustrating is that every morning you wake up, 30 different animals and insects have bitten you somewhere.
And it's the mosquito that killed you.
Right, exactly. Doesn't Amazon have those big-ass centipedes, too?
Oh, yeah.
Like those foot-long, super poison, or venomous, whatever.
Millipedes.
Yeah, millipedes, man. God almighty. What eats those? Ugh. What looked at a millipede and said, ooh, that looks delicious?
Look, man, anything with an outer shell typically is pretty good.
This is a good point. Well, when I'm rescued from the Amazon, I'll let you know.
An armadillo, there are exceptions to the rule, but...
But an armadillo, it's look like, I don't taste good. I'm not worth eating.
Nobody wants to eat this.
Yeah. All right, Robert, here is your question. According to the Bible, who was the oldest living person, said to have lived 969 years?
Would that be Noah?
Moses?
Nope.
Was that Methuselah?
Methuselah. That's
all right. Methuselah.
You'll hear the saying, like, older than Methuselah, so that's kind of what they're...
Yeah. Had a buddy who played that in the band.
The Methuselah? Yeah, I play the Methuselah. If people would believe it.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Really? Is it a stringed instrument?
Is it heavy?
It's a brass, yeah. All right there, Robert, your question. What phrase appeared during the opening sequence of The X-Files?
What phrase?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. In a world. Oh, dude, I know this one, too. I used to watch The X-Files. Oh. We are not alone?
There's something out there?
The truth is out there. There's something out there.
Right.
Something's out there.
Much more ambiguous and much more terrifying.
Might be the false.
There's some out there.
Is it safe to... all I'm saying is there's something out there.
Something out there. I don't know if it's good, bad,
Your call. Your call.
All right, Robert, what former NBA player's late-night talk show was canceled after only 8 weeks back in 1998?
There was an NBA player that had a talk show?
Yeah.
Larry Bird?
Oh, dear God.
Same era, Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson, that is correct.
Oh.
The ironically named Magic Johnson.
It is magic.
I was cured to be paying attention.
He's cured of HIV.
But didn't you get HIV and you call him Magic Johnson? Okay.
Right.
All right. Your question, what TV show's characters watch a cartoon called Terrence and Phillip?
Oh, yeah. Well, that'd be South Park.
Yes. Very good. The farting cartoon.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jim. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores. Jim, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober.
Welcome to the show, Jim and Big Dummy. Our men's room poll, you're lost for 2 weeks. Where are you picking? The Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or at sea?
Honestly, I think I'm going to go with the Australian outback.
I'm right there with you.
What's your thought on this? Because, again, now when I looked at it, there's scrub brush, there's rock formations, there's sand, but, there's no real shelter and nothing I can see to eat. I don't know what lives out there, but there ain't a whole lot of anything.
It's also flat in some areas, right?
It's mostly flat, yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I think out there you stand a better chance of not getting killed by some type of animal.
Right, I feel like, the Australian outback, I feel like there you would just die, but not because something attacked you.
You're trying to survive the heat.
Yeah.
Is the key.
All right. Your question, multiple choice. North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, or Montana? Which state is home to the American bison? Over 33,000 reside there.
I'm going to say South Dakota.
Damn.
One and done, Jim. Nice job.
Hold on, let's give you a 50-50 question here. Let's see what we have in the old pile. Okay, here we go. Real quick. Is firefighter 1 or 2 words?
1 word.
Too easy for this guy.
Too easy. Too easy for Jim. Jim knows everything.
Dummy!
Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, liquored up whores.
Hola.
Matthew, are you sober or not sober?
I am not sober.
All right. Welcome to Big Dummy there, Matthew. Okay, so where are you picking for 2 weeks? Australian outback, the Amazon, Alaskan wilderness, or lost at sea?
I'm going outback.
Outback.
And again, what's your philosophy here? Because like I said, look, again, the Amazon and Alaska, we recognize there are plenty of things that can kill you, but I feel like you can find shelter somehow and find some kind of sustenance.
Okay, I like the heat, and Alaska is way too cold, and everything kills you. And the Amazon, like you guys said, everything wants to bite you or eat you, and it rains all the time. So.
It rains all the time, and it's hot. You have to keep in mind, I don't mind a dry heat. I can deal with it. I realize the Australian outback's pretty severe, but
it's a little severe.
I'm with you on that. I'd rather take heat over the cold. And if it's raining all the time, I'm miserable in humidity like that.
I'm with you on that, man. I can't be wet and cold.
What? You can't say this, though. In the Amazon, you have a better chance, I believe, for food sources.
That's my main primary thing. But the problem is when you have plentiful food, that means there's a lot of other animals enjoying it as well.
Right.
And somebody here, they texted in, they said, I love survival shows. So many people in the jungle locations quit because of the bug bites or because they can't sleep because of the bug bites.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm going with the heat, man.
Here's your question. What part of the body is otology involved? Ears, nose, eyes, or hands?
Ears.
Wow.
A lot of one and done.
That is a one and done, man.
I believe
nice
Buckwheat came up with the name. That's called otology. All right.
Damn, I wanted to talk to you guys some more. Okay.
Well, you still got a 50-50 shot. Let's see here. Which slipper does Cinderella leave behind at the ball? Left or right foot?
I'm going to go with right.
It is, in fact, the left foot. You know, Mike and I were talking about this on, what the hell do we call the thing we do on Friday?
Nothing in particular.
Nothing in particular. All right, so the idea with Cinderella, and I know it's a happy ending, she goes to the ball, she meets this prince or whatever the hell the deal is. I guess they dance, whatever. The point is, he really, really likes her, right? That is how the fairy tale is told to us. And then to find this wonderful, beautiful woman that he believed he saw at the ball, keep in mind, just remember this. He does not know what she looks like. He has to put the slipper on people's feet. I feel like, no, I know what she looks like.
I know exactly
what
she looks like.
Does not know. He has no freaking idea. This is the love of his life. Love at first sight. No idea what she looks like. He has to go to everyone's feet.
What color's her eyes? I don't know, man.
The hell is that?
She's a size 7.
How do you court a woman like, hey, this shoe fits your foot. You're the love of my life. I can't imagine a chick in the world going, yeah, I'm down with that.
You can hear such smart conversations tomorrow, 1 o'clock, live on the Odyssey.
I'm just saying, I think that's crap. That's stupid.
Well,
it's
maybe,
this love story, and you don't remember what she looked like?
I mean, maybe the party was like in Orange County, California.
Yeah, everyone got drunk, kind of blackout.
Well, as you say, everybody, like, every girl there is like a dime a dozen. They all have kind of the same look. So maybe he couldn't tell which one was apart.
I don't think that makes it better as the guy trying to find, like, hey, baby, listen, I loved you when I met you. It took me this long because you looked like every other chick there. See, it's still,
kind of
even
blend.
if they're California 10s, I just don't think it's the right thing to say. Cinderella was easy.
Nothing
That's
in
all it
particular.
took.
Fridays at 1 on the Odyssey app.
Just saying.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803 Rob.
Hello, Ralph. Welcome to the men's room.
Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, yeah. Ralph, are you sober or not sober?
In between.
If it starts with we just go not sober.
Ralph, you're lost for 2 weeks. Where are you taking? The Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or at sea?
I'm going to pick Alaska because I lived up there for 10 years.
All right. What was the most dangerous thing, as far as animals go? What would you say? Because someone here said, first of all, Miles had pointed out there are black bears in Alaska.
Okay.
And also they said one of the more dangerous animals, honest to God, would be the moose. Because they're so aggressive.
Moose attacks.
That's correct. The brown bear is the most dangerous, but also the black bear will kill you. There was a couple people who did die from a couple of black bears, and yes, a moose can stomp you to death.
Cool. No wonder you want to be there. Okay.
And then don't forget about the wolves.
Oh, Jesus, H. Christ. The wolves terrify me more than anything else, as far as those animals go.
I did not think about the wolves.
Because one thing about one wolf will probably take you out, but it's unlikely that you're dealing with one wolf. Yeah. And you know what ruined me on it was that goddamn movie, The Gray. Yeah. Fantastic movie, but movie. Yeah. And Mike worried about drowning. Like, you missed all the wolves. It was the drown. That's what bothered you. It was a guy who drowned, not the wolves ripping people apart. It was that a guy drowned.
That's like legit one of my worst fears realized, man. And they put it in a doggone movie.
I just feel like, given the option, if they say, look, you're going to get stuck in this river and you drown, which is not great, or stay on the shore and deal with a pack of wolves, I'm hopping in the river.
I still haven't seen that scene. I still have yet to watch reel to reel of that movie.
You will not watch him drown.
No, man. Okay. It starts and I'm out.
I'm dog paddling away just to torment them.
I can do it too, man.
Can you? How about a backstroke? You got that in there?
Oh, you can't do that, can you? All right, Ralph, here's your question. The quote, all right, here's looking at you, kid, was a line from what classic movie?
Yes. Here's looking at you, kid.
Which is creepy depending on your circumstance. Like, don't say it if you're a teacher at an elementary school.
The ice cream man said something weird to me, Mom.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it before, but, I just can't think of it. It's probably Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
That would be a little creepy.
Is it Casablanca?
It is Casablanca. I've never seen the movie. It's the only line I know. I think, was that I Play It Again, Sam? Is that the same movie?
Yeah. It also wasn't scripted. That was his exchange between the two of them. That was just kind of Bogart's thing, was just, here's looking at you, kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. All right, your question. And then there's a follow-up story to this. What comedian provided the voice for Mr. Potato Head in the Toy Story movies? I'm going to bring it up.
I know you are.
Tom Hanks.
Not a bad guess. He was obviously in the movie. Don Rickles.
Don Rickles.
Okay, now, Ralph, you can weigh on this as well. All right, this is legit, okay? So, Mike's nephew?
Yes.
Mike's nephew is about to celebrate his second birthday. They're having a birthday party. They are having a Toy Story theme. Since he's turning 2, the idea is to infinity, right?
Yeah.
So, each person, the adults, are going to dress up as a character from Toy Story. And Mike was like, you know what, man? I was thinking about going to Mr. Potato Head.
Because I wanted to find a couple, right? My wife and I were very enthusiastic about this. Needs to be a couple.
I said, Mike, you're going to have to put on blackface. And here's the thing. Someone's going to take a picture of that. It's going to be taken out of context. And you're going to be sitting in HR with corporate going, hey, you have a public job. You work with a black dude. Why'd you put on blackface? And you have to convince them that you're Mr. Is it worth the risk for Mike to dress up?
Don't tell me
he's
that.
Mr. Potato Head.
You're obviously Steve Harvey.
Right.
Don't try to. You can't get one past me, dude.
Have you decided what you're going to do, Mike? Because seriously, if someone takes a picture, you know it's going to be your ass.
I'm finding my clever ways around things.
Okay.
None of it includes putting anything on my face.
I believe BJ put it best this morning. Said you need to go as a blanched potato if you're going to do that.
Just throw a few extra eyes on Mr. Head.
Yeah, Yukon Gold.
Mike, when's this party?
Yeah. Next Saturday.
You better get on it, man. It's hard finding potato costumes.
That's a fact.
I know somebody that's got one, though.
That's true.
Are you serious? Of course, of course you do.
Russet Wilson.
Yeah.
Russet Wilson. All right, Ralph. How many spikes are on the Statue of Liberty's crown?
Ooh.
I got a double ooh.
Gonna say 6.
Oh, so close.
5?
7.
Why 7?
Why 7? That's a weird number.
Right, there's 13 colonies.
Well, keep in mind, the Statue of Liberty was originally built, I believe, for Egypt. It was not originally intended to come to the United States, but whatever country originally was supposed to be the recipient turned it down. Right. So it came to the States. So 7 could represent
France, right?
Built by,
Same guy who did Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, we got a hand-me-down. That is correct.
Represents the 7 seas and 7 continents of the world.
Ah,
that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, question 4 there, Ralph.
Ralph just ruined me on the Statue of Liberty. Damn hand-me-down.
Hey, you're right. We're like, she's a beauty, this and that. It's like, it's a hand-me-down.
Yeah, second rate. It's sloppy seconds, you know. All right. Here's your question. How many events are in a heptathlon?
How many events are in a what?
Heptathlon.
3.
8? 7. That would be the 100-meter hurdles, 200-meter, the 800-meter, the high jump, long jump, shot put, and javelin.
Oh, well, I thought you were talking about the one that you run and you get on your bicycle.
Oh, the Ironman? Yeah, so swim,
that's a triathlon.
Bike, run. Mm-hmm. Is that the order? Swim, bike, run?
Yes.
Triathlon, you need swim, bike, then run. That's okay. Correct. Yep.
I like, the easy part. Just run a marathon at the end.
Yeah, especially after doing all of that, just run a marathon.
After you got rubber legs from swimming.
All right, here's your question. Oddly enough, Oskar Schindler was a member of what political party?
Oh, yeah. The Nazi Party.
That is correct.
Okay. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock. That's messed up.
Hello, Jeb. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, picholas.
Jeb, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober, man. I just worked out and I'm smoking a blunt.
Solid. Reward yourself, brother. Jeb, you're lost for 2 weeks. Are you going to be lost in the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or at sea?
Oh, I'm going Australian outback all day.
All day long.
What's your thought on that?
Man, I'm gonna find me some kangaroos and kill them and skin them up and see if I can make a sleeping bag out of the little pouch.
Hey, brother, you don't want to sleep in that thing, man. If you knew the smell that was in that pouch.
I bet it's soft and cozy in there.
You know what? He's probably right. I mean, they keep their babies in there.
I'm questioning about kangaroo sex coming up with Dirty Big Dummy.
I want to go full on.
Finger in there, though?
I want to go on full on Davy Crockett. Make a Roo pouch hat.
Roo pouch hat. I did learn something from Bear Grylls years ago. It was survival in the desert. All right. Now, I don't remember which desert he was in, but as I'm watching this, he pointed out, hey, when you need shelter, all you need to do, and this is so simple, you just find a camel that's already dead, gut it, pull out its guts, then climb inside. And he points at him. Yeah. So if you can just find that random dead camel laying in the middle of the desert, you're in luck. Thank you, Bear Grylls.
Is there that many dead camels just lying around the desert?
I don't believe there are.
All right.
That's why I'm like, is this advice?
Littered with them, Ted.
It's all over the place.
I tripped on another dead camel.
Yeah, got it.
By the way, real quick, Mike, someone here suggests that you and the lady go as maybe Buzz Lightyear. The missus can go as Jessie the Cowgirl, as they were a couple, or go as Woody and Bo Peep, because they were a couple in the movie, but they're avoiding the blackface that Mr. Potato Head will require.
They are not wrong.
And then the Statue of Liberty, by the way, is supposed to go to the opening of the Suez Canal.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, Jeb, here is your question. What movie won this year's Oscar for Best Picture?
Best Picture? Man, I don't even know what movies came out this year.
That was a great question for you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to say it was Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick.
Here it won everything.
It should have won, Jeb.
Everywhere. All at once.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, what if you won as the Slinky toy? You could be the front, she could be the back.
That's
there you
funny. Damn, Ted, you got it right there, man.
Yeah.
We'll just have a big old spring between us.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a brown face?
Doggone it.
But if you got dog ears
I got
on,
big floppy
it's
dog
different.
ears.
Right. That saves it.
Blackface is acceptable as long as you got dog
If you
ears.
got the dog ears, people get that you're being a dog. If he goes Mr. Potato Head, they're like, what's your problem with Steve Harvey?
What if he has a head on?
Right. The same. All right, your question. In what year did the Japanese attack Pearl Harbor?
That was 1937.
No, it was not.
49?
41.
1941.
December 2nd, 1941.
All right, Jeb, your question. What are animals with backbones called?
With backbones?
With backbones, yes.
Vertebrationitis. I have no idea, man.
You have an idea. I'm going to give it to you. It's just vertebrates.
Does it start with a B?
Vertebrates. You basically have.
vertebrates.
Yeah, vertebrates.
Oh,
I don't know why you added all that extra stuff. The vertebrate. Like, don't make a fancy, man.
Trying to make it more sciencey.
Is that sciencey?
Yeah.
Vertebratinisms.
Just mumble your way through the end of it.
Vertebrates.
More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
99.9
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
You diet, you work out, and still there's that one stubborn spot. Hey, it's Jason. I just went after my stubborn fat by doing cool sculpting at Tureen Dermatology, Minnesota's top cool sculpting provider. Dr. Tureen is my dermatologist. We froze my fat, and those fat cells are gone for good. FDA approved, no pain, no downtime. Ranked top doctor 8 years in a row. Trust the experts at Tureen Dermatology. Call today, 651-633-6883, and say goodbye to stubborn fat.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit max.com.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.
KISW, the men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Danny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Danny, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Danny, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll today. You are lost for 2 weeks. Are you taking the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or lost at sea?
Amazon.
Amazon it is.
All right, I'll see you there.
Delivering packages.
Yeah.
All right, here is your question. Aside from having a hunched back, what other disability did Quasimodo suffer from?
Ugly.
Yes, other than ugly, Mike. That's not a disability.
Oh, man. I don't know. Lazy eye?
ED.
Yes.
Alopecia.
He had, in fact, erectile dysfunction. No, deafness.
Oh. What?
He was deaf.
Oh.
Didn't he ring a bell all the time?
Yep.
That's probably why he's deaf.
Right, yeah. You know, that could be it. Quasi, you got to stop.
Is this working?
All right. Multiple choice. Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, or Michael Faraday? Who is called the father of electricity?
Tesla.
That would have been my guess. It is, in fact, Michael Faraday.
I'm not even sure I've heard that
Lord
name.
of the Dance?
Yes, the Lord of the Dance, also the father of electricity.
That guy does a lot.
He really does. He really does. All right, what is the name of the tiny blood vessels that branch off from arteries and veins?
Capillaries?
Well done.
There you go. Nice job, Danny. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Tom, sober, not sober?
I'm sober.
All right, Tom, welcome to Big Dummy. Men's room poll, you're lost for 2 weeks. You're taking the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or lost at sea?
I'll say Alaskan.
Alaskan wilderness.
All right, this question was handed to me by D. Ted Smith earlier today. Who killed Han Solo?
Kylo Ren.
Oh, damn. I told you you'd get it, Ted.
Man, oh, man.
Yeah, too easy, man. My bad.
All right, hang on before we let you go. 50-50 question. Which color moves first in checkers?
Red.
Mm-hmm. Black, man. Come on, Tom. Tell the brother.
So you should always take black, then?
Yeah, if you want to go first.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know one color got to go first.
Me neither.
I didn't know
just figured
either,
you picked
dude.
a color, you sit on the side.
I stumbled upon this. I'm like, I never knew there was an official. You want to go first?
When you flip for being black, then? Like you flip a coin or something? So you pick
Flip for being black.
You know what I mean?
All right, ladies. It's down to 2 contestants.
I'm serious. You know?
I don't know.
Rock,
I don't know
paper,
how you
scissors.
pick.
How do you get it? Because you would want to make the first move.
You know what? That is a good point, right? So if black always goes first, all right, then who gets to be black?
I mean, that's the argument at the beginning of the game.
You know what? I think, look, I don't know if it's official, but let's just go with rock, paper, scissors.
Or thumb wrestling.
I go rock, paper, scissors. Right. And is it 2 of 3 or just 1 and done?
I just flip a coin.
Flip a coin?
Yeah.
Yeah, way to be exciting, Ted. All right, I know this guy's stupid. I can tell by his name. Hello, Miles. Welcome to the men's room.
What's poppin'?
Hola. Miles, are you sober or not sober?
Sober today.
That's unusual.
Today. I like that.
All right, man, you're lost for 2 weeks. You taking the Australian outback, the Amazon, Alaskan wilderness, or lost at sea?
I'd have to do the Amazon on that one.
Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon.
Getting
All
crowded
right.
here. More for the leopard steed. Jaguars, my bad. Okay, I'm going to ask this question, which just appeared over the text line. Here you go. Which delivery company started in Seattle in 1907?
Ooh, delivery company. I have to go with Amazon, even though I know that's not it.
1907?
1907.
Delivery company.
Wells Fargo?
Is it something like UPS?
It is UPS.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I mean, unless this person's lying. They just threw it up there. I'm like, it's a decent question. I didn't know. All right, your question is multiple choice. What is a GOPAK? G-O-P-A-K. Is it a goat, a dance, a disease, or a body part? So goat, dance, disease, or body part. What is a GOPAK?
Dance?
All right. It is, in fact, a Ukrainian dance. I don't know what it looks like. I didn't bother to go that far into it.
Do the go.
Hello, Julie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Julie, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
Oh, what are we drinking today?
Oh, my Bud Light.
Bud Light, Julie.
How many Bud Lights have you had?
My second.
So you haven't peed yet, have you?
I haven't, but I do have to.
All right, we'll get a one and done here. All right, you're going to be lost for 2 weeks there, Julie. What are you taking? The Australian outback, the Amazon, Alaskan wilderness, or lost at sea?
I'm going the Outback.
Outback with me.
All right. Just burn up out there.
You get a bloomin' onion.
Yep. There you go.
All right, here's your question. Who is Tom Hanks married to?
Oh, Rita Wilson.
Damn.
All right. One and done.
I
So
honestly
you can
didn't
pee
know. All right, hang on. No, you can't pee yet. Come on, man.
No, man. Come on.
All right, one and done. All right, here you go. Here you go. Is paperclip 1 or 2 words?
2.
All right. Nice job, Julie.
Go pee.
Very
Empty your
good.
bowels. Get them cleaned out. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, Bichola.
Hola.
Eric, you on team sober or team not sober?
Definitely not sober.
Definitely.
Officer, I am smashed, man.
You are lost for 2 weeks. So you're taking the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or lost at sea?
I think the Amazon would be the most fun.
The most fun.
You're not going to live, but you might as well have fun with it.
What do you think the fun would be? Because I picked the Amazon as well. What do you think the fun would be before we die?
I mean, seeing all the crazy stuff that's down there. So, all the Jungle Book stuff.
Yeah, Jungle Book took place in India, bro. I mean, just saying.
Oh, Jesus.
I know I'm splitting hairs. You're right. We're in the jungle.
I'm Big Dummy. Hey, Big Dummy, let's get it.
That's a good point. Good point. All right, here is your question. What does the Statue of Liberty stand on?
Staten Island.
No,
Liberty Island?
No, it is Liberty Island.
Liberty Island.
Yeah, a lot of people say Ellis. I used to always think Ellis, but it's Liberty Island. All right there, Eric. Or as they say in Baltimore, Irk. What element is combined with iron to become steel?
Is it copper?
Aluminum?
Nope. Carbon.
That's why they have Coke plants.
All right, Eric, your question. What is Hershey's most popular product?
Kisses?
No, but that's what Mike...
That's a great guess.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup?
That is correct, Ed.
I love Reese's.
Everybody does.
I don't know anyone who does not like
Unless you have a nut allergy, right?
You ever had anyone that you could trade for a Reese's peanut butter cup?
No, like Halloween, dude, no.
That's like a $100 bill. That's
right.
Cool.
Everybody kept those, exactly. All right, your question. What does Rosh Hashanah celebrate? Rosh Hashanah.
I have no idea. I'm going to guess Ramadan.
Yes, Rosh Hashanah celebrates Ramadan. The Jewish New Year.
The Jewish New Year.
Jewish New Year, that's correct.
Okay.
Question number 4.
Question number 4. What fast food chain once used the slogan, think outside the bun?
Oh, yeah. Jack in the Box?
Now, he's all about them buns.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, that is correct.
Think inside the taco.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. I do.
Yes.
I've had to get outside my bun, concentrate on the taco.
Focus.
The chalupa. Well, you got a chalupa down there, girl. All right, by law, exit signs in the United States must be one of what 2 colors?
White or yellow?
Nope.
Green or red?
Green or red, that's correct.
Question 6.
Where do they have red ones?
Most of them are green, admittedly. On occasion, you'll see a red one. But by law, they have to either be green or red.
I thought they were all green.
Most of them are, man. I feel like if you go to like older buildings, sometimes you'll see a red exit sign.
Oh, you know what? I'm just thinking on the road.
No, I meant like exit from a building.
Yep. All right. That's why
in your case, yes, they're all green.
I was going to say, I've never seen a red exit, like exit 197.
But stop. All right, your question. What kind of nut is produced by an oak tree?
Squirrel. Walnut?
Hazelnut.
Pine nut?
Acorn.
Oh, an acorn.
Yeah, I felt like an idiot when I heard. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I know, that's right. All right, what was Andy Griffith's character's name on the Andy Griffith Show?
Andy Griffith?
What did you guys?
Andy Griffith?
Not a bad
His name was Andy.
It was Andy, much like Tony Danza.
Andy Taylor?
Andy Taylor.
That's
indeed.
right.
Question 8.
What was the grandma's name?
Was that Aunt B, I believe?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
There's Aunt B. And apparently, I did not know this, but my parents, they were saying to me, when I was a kid, I was like, I'd watch Sanford and Son. And they thought it was funny that, Red Fox had a show. Because my parents were like, he's one of the filthiest comedians you've ever heard. I could not wrap my head around it as a kid. Apparently, the same was true of Andy Griffith. Apparently, he did like extremely blue comedy, as it was considered back in the 50s. So when he got this show playing like this really down-home cop, the audience thought it was hysterical because they knew him to be just this foul-mouthed, funny-ass dude. Go figure.
That happens, I guess, a lot in history, right? You should have Bob Saget, too.
Right, you had no idea. No, at first time I heard stand-up from Bob Saget, I'm like, oh, my God. You did not see that coming, man. All right. On what TV show was the catchphrase, quote, "Book 'em, Dano," used?
Oh, yeah. Oh, gee. guess it's something before my time, but...
Way to rub it in.
I'm sorry.
Didn't they remake it?
They have.
Got a big show
Do
right
a
now.
movie from it, right?
I don't know if they did a movie, but
I might have the wrong...
They brought the show back. I don't know if they used that catchphrase in the...
I know what you're thinking.
I'm going to just make a guess. Dukes of Hazzard?
It wasn't Dragnet, then.
Hawaii Five-O.
Hawaii Five-O.
What movie was Miles thinking there?
I thought it was Point Break that he was thinking of.
No, he was thinking of Dragnet, because that's an old cop show that was a movie.
What did he always say? Like, because he had a catchphrase in that, too.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Question number 9, Eric.
I remember the pagans. People against normalcy and
something.
Something.
All right, your question. Which sense is most closely linked to memory?
Oh, smell.
Very good, very good.
And the funny thing is, I've asked that question before. I was just curious if anyone remembered.
The game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Thank you. That was the quote from Dragnet. Yes.
God, it was people against goodness and normalcy.
And normalcy. That's what it was. People against goodness and normalcy.
Hello, Levi. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola. Levi, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy, Levi. All right, you're lost for 2 weeks. So you're taking the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or lost at sea?
Alaskan wilderness.
Okay.
It's pretty even as far as the people who played Big Dummy today on where they want to be.
Because they all suck. I mean, none of these are winners, right?
Not on Twitter.
Really, which way is Twitter going?
Wilderness is dominated.
Really? Alaska will? Okay. All right. By the way, Miles, we have an update on how to select who goes first in checkers.
All right.
So apparently, one player holds one red piece in one hand, a black piece in the other hand. The other player then chooses a hand.
Oh, all right.
So what if am I cheating if I just put two red checkers in my hand, no matter what, you go second?
Only if you get caught.
Yeah, there you go. Caught red-handed. All right. Your question. What river runs through Paris?
Yeah, I don't know that one. I'm going to go with the Nile.
It's like your laugh told me that you hate me. I can tell.
The Rhone?
Nope. It's one syllable.
I should know this.
I thought you'd be all over it, Ted. It's either, what is it, the Seine, S-E-I-N-E?
Yeah.
Not sure which way you say it, but either way. That's the river.
Probably Seine.
In the membrane. All right, your question. What religious ceremony comes from the Greek word meaning to dip? Not to dip responsibly, but to dip.
Baptism.
Gotta be it.
Dip responsibly.
I feel like Ted should say that every baptism, right?
Right.
Right before they dunk the kid, right?
In nomine Patre.
Have a chip.
Dip responsibly. Have you ever seen the Russian Orthodox Church or something?
I know they're real serious.
They're like double dipping, getting that kid in there.
Really?
You ever see one of those giant ass pools they put up there? Like we have steps that go down in there.
Oh yeah,
the big ass hot tub.
I had to sit through one of those a couple of years ago.
I feel like that's more like the Baptist kind of.
But this was
baptism.
a Catholic ass.
Oh, no kidding.
Dipping.
I was dumped in a river.
We had to fly back to Philly for this because, it's a big deal to the people that do it. I get it. But it's this little ass kid. And, I mean, their setup was unbelievable. But that dude held that kid under there for so long. Like, I think he's trying to murder him.
Oh, yeah. Watch these priests, man.
What
Jesus, man.
Jesus, that's my kid, you freaking... I'd punch that guy.
Dip him
If he did that to my kid, I'd
Look at that
punch
kid's
him.
face.
No, he's not happy.
Look at his crazy ass.
I don't want to be part of this.
Boom.
I don't like this club.
Boom.
Jesus, Dad.
The Russian Orthodox ain't messing around.
Man, oh man.
Good Lord.
Look at that. Little Sergei's.
That kid's
Power of Christ.
I know. The power, boy, you hear me? Wow. It's pronounced Sen. Thank you.
Sen.
Thank you.
Sen.
The river Sen. Hello, Conrad. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Conrad, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Conrad, welcome to Big Dummy. All right, our men's room poll. You're lost for 2 weeks. Are you going to be lost in the Australian outback, the Amazon, the Alaskan wilderness, or lost at sea?
Going hunting in Alaska.
Alaska it is.
Somebody here makes a fine point that I have not considered. They say, "Hola, bitches." Know what everyone is forgetting about going to Alaska? Fresh water. It's almost everywhere. You really need that to live. That is a strong call.
That is a good call.
That is a very strong call.
and logs.
Yes, and logs.
Lots of them.
All right. Here is your question. According to the Bible, who was the first murderer?
Cain.
Yeah. Then he went on to wrestle for many, many years.
He was on the cane.
All right, let's see here. Let's give you a 50
Who's raising Cain?
question. All right, here's your question. Yes or no? Do octopuses fart?
Yes.
No, they do not fart. No, they don't fart.
Another interesting thing I read today about octopuses.
It can't be more interesting whether or not they fart.
No, it is.
No.
There is a certain type of octopus. When it's ready to mate, it basically fires its penis like a torpedo and injects into the female octopus.
But it leaves his body.
It leaves his body and fires into the female to impregnate her.
Keep swimming, baby.
You really think that those are animals? I mean, you really don't think that that's an alien? I got a detachable shooting penis.
Take this.
Come on.
Do they grow their penis backwards at a one time?
I'm sure they can, and they probably can grow it back bigger.
Well, I bet, don't you think the octopus thinks it's weird that like ours is attached, but it shoots other stuff?
They're like, what are you doing? Just take it off and
give it back to
her,
me.
dude.
Give it back to me. Let's put it back on like Play-Doh.
You call that ink?
Hello, Brandon. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and lovely ladies.
Hola.
Brandon, sober, not sober?
71 days sober.
Oh, good for you, Brandon.
71 days.
Nice job. Nice job. All right, you're on Lost for 2 weeks. Will it be the Australian outback, the Amazon, Alaskan wilderness, or Lost at Sea?
I'm going to go Lost at Sea.
Lost at Sea it is.
Boy, that sounds awful to me. All right.
What if the only thing you had was a bottle of wine?
That'd be cool for a minute.
I know he's sober for 71 days. What do you do?
I know.
0 days sober.
Right. Fair enough.
Starting back. Starting the count over.
All right. Here's your question. Chartreuse is a shade of what color?
Purple.
A man after my own heart. Like
red?
Green.
Green.
Yeah, I have no freaking idea. All right. What natural biological defense system protects the body from disease and fights off germs?
The immune system.
Correct, sir.
There you go.
Very good.
There you go. On the game known as Big Dummy, we got the head chef coming up. Ted's Meat and Potatoes. It is opening day, and Ted's heading to the ballpark for some crazy food items.
Yes, sir.
It's coming up. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Love the skin you're in with Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa's facial services. Enjoy the tranquility and deep relaxation while giving your skin a rejuvenating glow. All facials are tailored to your individual needs using the highest quality ingredients designed to give you healthy, radiant, and younger-looking skin. Visit any one of their 8 Seattle Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa locations or book online at handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details. T-Mobile's network can help keep you connected to all your favorite podcasts when you're out and about. Whether you're an early bird looking to dive into a daily news podcast or a night owl who wants to catch up on the latest reality TV drama, T-Mobile will keep you connected on their strong and reliable network. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than anyone. So if you need great coverage, especially when you're on the go, check out T-Mobile. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/CY. That's SEEWHY.
Odyssey celebrates Pride by amplifying the voices, music, and conversations of the LGBTQ+ community. Download the free Odyssey app and listen to podcasts celebrating and having conversations about the issues facing LGBTQ+ Americans, like It's Okay to Say Gay, Queer Intentions, and The Bald and the Beautiful with Trixie Mattel and Katia Zamo. To hear music by and for the LGBTQ+ community, plus podcasts and more, go to Odyssey.com/pride or download the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault?
Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Whether you love true crime or comedies, celebrity interviews, news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue, right? And guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance, too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, then they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. Now that's something you'll want to press play on. It's easy to start a quote, and you'll be able to choose the best option for you fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Coming on the program, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. The head chef also on the way with some ballpark foods, but first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You son of a...
Try the laptop.
I know. There we go.
Hey. Jumping into the birthdays. Old gentleman, my friend Heather down in Kent celebrates yet another revolution around that big ball of superheated plasma that's roughly 93 miles away, million. How about a Leroy Jenkins followed by an owl hitting the window? Liquors and beer, guys. That from Dennis.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Because tomorrow we're supposed to get the whole sun thing, you said, Steve?
The whole sun thing?
Yeah. Did you say it was Friday? You said there was like a blast or something that came out?
Oh, yeah. The big hole opened up in the sun, just blowing a big solar wind this way, yeah.
Now, what does that mean?
You might mess with your GPS, cell phone.
Oh, okay.
No one's going to die, but, you know.
Can't get nowhere.
Guys, I want to wish my husband Levi a very happy birthday. Let's do some dirty Germans for him. Thanks, guys. That from Starlight.
Yeah, first of all, if you're with someone named Starlight, I assume you're into some freaky things. But Levi, I hope it was you that called in earlier, because we talked to Levi, and did a very sexy voice. During the entire time we did Big Dummy, I had an erection.
Yeah, so hopefully this Levi fella after tonight is only seeing blue as his jeans.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, guys. Here you go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. A couple extra emails here. The subject is the air fryer experience.
Okay.
Air fryer experience.
Still get these every once in a while. Gentlemen, last November, I bid on an air fryer during a charity event, and I won said fryer. Well, I just got it on Tuesday, and so far, cannot get enough of its lovely air-fried goodness. I started with the basics, the frozen Dino nuggets and fries, then went straight for a steak. It was fantastic. Medium rare, air-fried to perfection. I just made a chicken breast for lunch. It was so juicy and moist. Holy hell, Batman. I love this thing. Just wanted to share and take it easy, fellas, and go Mariners. That from Jesse the Body.
I still haven't done a steak. I've cooked a lot of raw chicken in there.
Have you? How did that turn out?
Awesome. You know, you can buy like the...
I've done chicken wings, yeah, so...
Yeah, but you could... right, and I've done frozen chicken wings, but I got, like the chicken... It's like strips of chicken breast that's already cut up or whatever.
Yep.
So those, you can make like homemade tenders at home. Little oil, salt, pepper,
sure.
Fry them up. Air fry them up.
Guys, foods I won't eat or try. Catching up on the podcast on the Odyssey app, since I work during the show. When I was a kid at summer camp, we were out in the wild picking the biggest, best, juiciest huckleberries right off the bush. Yeah. All was great and good. And we started biting into some kind of worm or maggot or grub-like bug in the berries. Ever since, I've not been able to eat huckleberries. The thought of biting into those wormy bugs flooding into my mouth. Makes me sick, so never again. Cheers, guys. Thanks for the show and the awesome beer. Keep up the great work. We need more fun in this world. And you guys deliver. That from Scott. Scott, thanks for the nice words. Subject, flying moose. Pachola's my story is not something I experienced, but witnessed. Back up in good old Alaska, I was driving home from work. Nothing unusual till I get near my place. 2-lane road, dark. I could barely see the silhouette of the moose walking in the road. Seconds later, it is hit by the semi in front of me. Launches the moose into the windshield of a minivan with a family. They were unhurt, though covered in moose cuts. Rock on, guys. That from E. Larry, the Tech Viking.
Flying moose.
Flying moose. Oh, here's another one like that.
I mean, it's horrible for the moose, but that's a semi. Yeah. But I mean, I if that's your car, I mean, that moose is going to destroy your car and probably injure you.
Right. Here's one from up north. Guys, going to our daughter's wedding in Jasper, Alberta from Victoria, BC. We're in a 1-ton duel with camper. Our second daughter is behind us in her Kia. We both had walkie-talkies to stay in contact. In the Fraser Canyon, a narrow winding highway along the river, our daughter radios and screams, "Did you guys hit a bear?" A bear had run out right in front of her on the ditch. I swerved a bit so I could hit it square on instead of swerving away. Ended up in the river. Our daughter had seen it come out of the ditch and then flying off to the left and a massive spray of blood in front of her. Took her a while to find a place to pull over. Not much damage because it was a young bear, and I had a big hitch on the front of the truck. Chunks of meat and guts everywhere. Found a pressure washer in the next town and hosed it off. Insurance said they were not going to cover it because I had cleared up the remains. Kicker is that I had installed a dash cam in her car, which showed everything, including the shower of blood, up the back of the camper. That from Steve in Victoria, British Columbia.
I mean, that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Especially if you're just the daughter in the back driving, and then all of a sudden your windshield is just covered in bear blood.
On what happened to your face, other than you were born? Gentlemen, I was 17. Summer before my senior year of high school, played select baseball. I'm on second base. Teammate hits a single up the middle. I hit for third. My coach is going to hold me there. I say the hell with it. Round third, head for home. Bad idea. The catcher had the ball, and I was still a good 10 feet from the plate. I'd always wanted to plow over a catcher, so I decided to let it rip. I put my arms up and drove in like a middle linebacker. Well, my arms didn't exactly stay up, and I went face first into the catcher's mask. Ended up with 3 cuts, 2 below my eye and 1 on my eyebrow, which were perfect renditions of his mask's bars. 65 stitches for me, and an out-cold catcher later. Great story. Blood came out purple due to the immediacy of the impact.
Damn. What age
from
was he?
Ramon. He was 17 years old. But didn't listen to his coach, Ted.
Yeah.
That's where you're in trouble, yeah. He's holding you up at third. You decide to round the bases, man. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure anymore, like, you can only do that in the major leagues.
As far as run over a catcher, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, the highest level I ever coached was like 14-year-olds, but like, right, we had a kid run over a catcher, and he was a good player, and we're like, you're an idiot. He's like, well, what? I was like, well, because now you're thrown out of the game.
Mm-hmm. And probably the next one. Guys, what happened to your face again? I was helping my husband. We were putting a swing set together for our kids. I was holding the screwdriver on the screw while he was tightening the bolt. Well, I didn't realize how much torque he was going to use. So the screwdriver then flies out of my hand and hits me in the face. I went inside, put some ice on it, took some Tylenol, just dealt with the pain that night. When I woke up the next morning, my face was so bruised and swollen, I went to urgent care. Turns out I had broken my nose, fractured my eye socket, my cheek, and my forehead. Jeez. Needless to say, I haven't really helped around him since. Thanks, guys. That from the lovely Mandy. Took the head out of a screwdriver. Let's see here. What else we got? Stories about food. Guys, I don't know if you knew this or not. Corned beef conducts electricity.
Did not know this.
All right. I worked for 3 years at a great breakfast restaurant. We made our own hash. The prep cook asked me if I could hand him some brisket he had just sliced up to put in the grinder. Odd request, but sure. I grabbed a piece and zap, jumped back cussing. He was laughing. The back of the pile of sliced meat was resting on the stand mixer that was plugged in. He and I spent the next 10 minutes luring other staff to touch the meat. Good times. Later, guys.
Corned beef conducts electricity.
Did not know.
I did not know that either.
Don't need it in the bathtub.
Mm-hmm. Food stories.
I mean, that's a solid point, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
Ted
in
John.
general.
Eating corned beef in the bathtub.
End up getting electrocuted.
That's a little gluttonous to begin with.
It really is.
Just hunkering down on a Reuben in the tub.
And bitches, as a kid, I loved candy. Who didn't? We had a yard sale and set up a lemonade stand and sold drinks and candy to make money. One of the candies we sold was a type of gum called tongue splashers. It came in a paint can and colored your mouth when you chewed it. Since my favorite color is green, I kept eating all of the green gum. Apparently, if you eat enough green mouth coloring gum, it will turn your poop green as well. Thanks, guys, for the beer and the epic shows, and keep the laughs coming. That from Scott. All right, coming up, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day, but first...
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Oh, there they are. Good to see everybody in here. I will say, I think at this point we can all admit that the NFL and tackle football probably is America's pastime now.
Easily.
Sure. Baseball, of course, was called America's pastime, but there is something, I don't know, there's something kind of romantic about baseball and this and that and opening day. Now, like today's opening day, Miles, you're going to a ball game, baseball game, not football. What are you getting at the ballpark?
First thing I'm getting is an ice cold beer.
All right.
Then I'm headed over for a bag of peanuts. I will finish said bag of peanuts within at least 4 innings, and then from there, probably going up and getting a hot dog.
All right, the standards. I kind of like that.
Yep, straight up hot dog, pretzel, beer. That's my, when I get there, I'm getting that before I sit down. After that, I might dilly-dally, but at first, I want the hot dog, I want the beer.
I will say, I think the most hot dogs me and my brother ever had at a sporting event was years ago. We grew up Cubs fans, so we wanted to go to Wrigley Field. So that's a Saturday day game. We get there bright and early, right? Mm-hmm. Bright-eyed, bushy-tail. We're like second in the bar. And this one bar we went to in Cubbyville, right? Is that what they're called? Wrigleyville. It had a hot dog stand inside the bar.
Nice.
Ooh. Yeah. So, Miles, you'll appreciate this with your chili dogs for breakfast. We had hot dogs with mustard and sauerkraut for breakfast.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm down with that. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, especially if you're there for a baseball game.
Yeah, and this was like years ago. He had just had his first kid, right? Like, I'm in my early 20s. I remember my dad gave us like a $100 bill and said, just spend it at the game. I think we spent $50 in hot dogs before we got that game, nice. Right? Nice. But you know how it is when you have free money.
Old styles.
But I'm with you. Baseball's that kind of thing. I do enjoy peanuts at the game because you can throw them right there.
As far as the hot dog is concerned, is the most famous the Dodger dog? Because I don't really know of a ballpark that like specializes.
I would say so.
Hot dog's a hot dog.
Well, Seattle, there's Mariners dogs.
There are, but we're saying as far as being famous. Like, right, each stadium definitely has its own hot dogs, and they're pretty good. But I feel like the Dodger dog, for whatever reason.
The Dodger dog does get a lot of hype.
So, like, if I go to Cincinnati, do they have a hot dog with Cincinnati chili on top?
Probably. I would think so.
They might. I'm sure. You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if Skyline Chili doesn't have a booth inside the Red Stadium.
Yeah,
probably.
Also, here's a question for you. Do you wait for the vendor, or do you like your hot dog from the stand?
Stand. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've had not in a long time, but I have had that weird incident where you get one from a vendor and it's just not as hot.
Right. It's just not the same thing.
All right, so we're going to talk about some new crazy foods at different ballparks. First, we'll go to the south side of Chicago.
And the baddest part of town.
It is.
If you go down there, you better beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Now, Leroy, he brought trouble. You see, he stands about 6'4". All the ladies called him a 2-time lover. All the men just called him sir.
Well, you know what I call him? Hungry.
Yes.
So at a White Sox game, you can get an elote corn dog. Basically, it's a classic ballpark corn dog, smothered in creamy queso fresco, topped with fresh jalapenos, grilled corn, cilantro, and what's it, cojita cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just...
I'm in.
It's basically like an elote dip on top of a corn dog.
Which sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, look, you hear Mike and I go on and on about it. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with elote anything. Whether it's dip or just eating it, a cup of it, like, it's just awesome. All right. Mike, I don't know how you'll feel about this one. I know Miles and Thrill will be just as excited as I am when I talk about this one. It's in San Francisco, where the Giants play, but they call them Philadelphia crab fries.
I have had them.
Oh, French fries topped with crab seasoning, Dungeness crab, garlic, lemon, aioli.
They have that in the outfield. So if you're over towards center field, where all those concessions are back there, because I was like, what is this? This is amazing. They've had them for a little while. They have a bunch of different crab stuff, which I thought was really cool. Crab rolls, crab everything. You can crab on anything.
Yeah, and different ballparks have different traditions, right? Like, I remember one of the first Mariners game I went to, somebody I was with, they're like, I'm going to Ivers to get clam strips. And I was like,
oh, right.
Are you serious? And they were like, well, yeah, I grew up here. Like, that's what we eat. Like garlic fries. I never heard of garlic fries Till I went to a Mariners game and I was like, oh, this is a big fish.
They smell great, but I don't know if the payoff is worth it.
No, I agree. They smell fantastic, but it's like buying a bag of combos. I always try to convince myself I'm going to like them this time. And they're not bad. It's just not as good as I want it to be.
Man, you can smell those 4 rows away.
And for about a month after you eat them.
Yes.
Well, also, when you go to a Major League Baseball game, it's kind of different, right? Generally, if you're sitting at home, right, you're having people, or you're grilling, burgers and dogs for the kids. Right. They eat a hot dog with like a bag of chips or something. That's where, like, the game's kind of exciting. Because you'll go up and get a hot dog. Like, an inning or two later, you'll be like, I'm going to get an order of fries now.
Yeah, you're right. You spread everything out.
Yeah.
We were there for 3 hours. Although with the pitch count now, maybe hopefully less.
All right, we'll go to New York where the Mets play at Citi Field. A donut milkshake.
Oh, man.
It's a milkshake topped with a glazed donut, topped with popcorn.
Oh,
Jesus.
Well, no.
Pretzels, maybe.
Here's the argument I have on this stuff, because that's kind of a giant thing now, right? Like, Bloody Marys have gotten ridiculous. And I feel like milkshakes have, too. Like, just because you can stack more on top.
I agree. Don't do it just because you can. But that, other than the popcorn, that kind of sounds like a winning combo. It's gluttonous,
it looks all right. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. If I want a milkshake, I want to suck it through a straw, as opposed to, like, chewing on this.
It looks like everything I've seen in Chicago. Chicago, back to that Bloody Mary game. I've never seen anything like that. Wow, that's breakfast, dude. You got like bacon, 2 eggs, sausage, hang off of that thing.
And don't get me wrong, I'm down for a Bloody Mary. You put in a piece of bacon.
Sure.
I mean, look, in Milwaukee, every Bloody Mary comes with bacon and a cheese curd. I was like, dope.
Ooh.
But I've seen some places, it's like half a chicken on there.
Right.
Or like 3 sliders sticking out.
5 pieces of cake.
Yeah, I've seen the sliders. You're like, Jesus,
like,
man.
Come on now. All right, Atlanta, man, the Braves have a real thing going here. This is the cleanup burger. Grilled all-beef patties, topped with golden hash brown potato, hickory smoked bacon, cheese, a sunny-side-up fried egg, served on fresh buttermilk Belgian waffle with maple syrup.
How do you even open your mouth wide enough to eat that thing?
I don't know.
Serves anywhere from 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
Look at that thing, dude.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's pretty intense. That's something you probably would order for your family and cut it into 4 pieces. And just
have you been to Atlanta?
And a slice.
If it's a family of 4, they're getting 4 of them.
Dude, look, I'm with you on that one. That thing looks kind of crazy, but I would if you're there with some buddies, it's like...
You're each getting one.
For instance, like when we went to the Red River rivalry or shootout, like they, one thing was like like a cheeseburger on a donut or something with queso on it.
Yeah.
So like we wanted to try it. So like me and my brother and Will split it. Because you know what I mean? Like you're trying stuff.
Right. Sure.
And also it's the ballpark. You can order fries. Like, Miles, I'm going to get some peanuts out of your thing. You know what I mean? Like you can share. Obviously, you're not going to share a hot dog.
Correct. You hope not.
Pretzel's a weird zone. Like if you ask, I'll break you off a piece of pretzel, but don't just be touching my pretzel.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I mean, anytime you eat a giant pretzel, it's always that odd thing. Like, do we just rip it apart? Like, yeah, rip it apart. What are you, a child? Yeah. This one is just a home run. Kansas City. You go into a Royals game. They got a place called Chef Jay's Barbecue, and like they just say, just go there.
Yeah, enough said.
Just right. They literally, it just is just anything from there. It's delicious.
Yeah.
And because it's that area of the country, Kansas City, you can expect to have a full array of stuff. Now let's stay home right now and go down to T-Mobile. They got some new offerings this year.
All right, what do we got?
One they have is Moto Pizza. This is a small pizza place. I want to say they run it out of maybe the new Red Hook Brewery.
Okay, all right.
Right? So it's kind of like deep dish. Almost like Detroit style,
yeah.
But it's got some very interesting flavors on there and stuff. So go check that one out. I was going to say there's one with hot honey drizzled sausage and pepperoni.
That's like the big thing.
I like the hot honey drizzle. I like that on the pizza.
I'll be dead honest. I still haven't tried it on a pizza.
That's good.
What's the place? Element? Is that the place across the street?
Yes.
With Simple Jack?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they offer the hot honey drizzle if you want to add that.
So does a mod pizza or anywhere.
I was going to say Marination. That started out as a food truck years ago. They got a couple brick and mortar stores there. They're in T-Mobile Park if you want to go check that one out. They got pretty good stuff. Span Musui, Kahlua pork sliders are back. I mean, get in there. What else? Edgar's Martina. I've actually eaten down there. That's pretty good.
Is it good?
Yeah. And there's some good tacos in there. You can get like a bay shrimp quesadilla, fried taquitos, cod. I mean, a bunch of stuff. And then the last, Ding Tai Fung is in there now.
Nice.
Damn, I bet it's got a line.
It always does.
It has a line everywhere.
If you go to Din Tai Fung, you're just going to have to wait.
That is correct.
We missed 3 innings, but we ate at Din Tai Fung.
Right. They got a little Woody's out there in the pen, which is perfect because that pen is wild, so you know people are going to be out there. And then the one I like, Section 187, they have the Way Back Crab Shack. This is Ethan Stowe's toasted Dungeness crab sandwich. I've actually had it. It's pretty good. They also have crab fries. They have Old Bay fries.
Get out of here.
Clam chowder pairs with a rotating selection of draft beers, including local and craft brews.
Okay, dig it.
Yeah, man, get to the ballpark, get some snacks going, get a couple brewskis.
Snacks.
I don't know, maybe you want a soda, just kind of, get it all going there. Have fun, and go Mariners.
Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Walk the dogs, school drop-off, meetings from 10 to 3, take kids to soccer, then no time left for a jog.
When everyone else is relying on you, it's easy to put your needs last. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online, so you can show up for yourself the way you do for others. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit Max.com.
You diet, you work out, and still there's that one stubborn spot. Hey, it's Jason. I just went after my stubborn fat by doing cool sculpting at Tureen Dermatology, Minnesota's top cool sculpting provider. Dr. Tureen is my dermatologist. We froze my fat, and those fat cells are gone for good. FDA approved. No pain, no downtime. Ranked top doctor 8 years in a row. Trust the experts at Tureen Dermatology. Call today, 651-633-6883, and say goodbye to stubborn fat.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up minutes, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check out with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a new study says not getting a full 8 hours of sleep could be contributing to your beer belly.
Also, why do they keep doing these studies?
Also, all the beer that you're drinking.
Yeah, the beer probably contributes more to it. But it seems like every time they do a study, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours, we know.
Right.
We know.
And the thing is that the beer that you drink before you go to bed is likely contributing to the fact that you're not getting a full 8 hours of sleep. So it kind of comes full circle there.
It really does.
Right. It's called the beer belly for a reason.
But it's because of sleep, not the beer.
Right. It's because you're not getting your 8 hours of sleep. Well done.
No, babe.
Like, how do you miss the most obvious part of that?
I'm just not sleeping enough.
Pop-Tart's banana bread flavor is about to hit the shelves.
I'll give it a try.
And it's frosted, too. It's not one of those bland ones that's just the pastry. Which, honestly, I don't mind. I don't mind those. Of course,
as an adult,
I will always take the frosted flavor first, though.
How old were you when you finally got to the point that you could have an unfrosted one without being pissed about it?
Man, I was a fat kid, so I didn't care. It was a Pop-Tart. Like, if it was the only Pop-Tart there, I was like, yeah, cool, Pop-Tarts. But yeah, if Mom passed up all the other frosted ones, it was like, okay, hey, we got Pop-Tarts.
I don't want the dry-ass Pop-Tarts.
I mean, banana bread Pop-Tart has to be good.
That's got to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say, I feel like I only ever eat strawberry or brown sugar.
Brown sugar, right. And I was just thinking about that. That brown sugar's probably got to... That one's probably got to suck not being frosted, because most of the fun is in the frosting on
it. It doesn't quite suck, but with every bite, it's good, but you're somewhat disappointed.
Right.
You keep thinking, this could be better.
It's like eating dry toast.
Yeah.
You know.
It's fine.
There's nothing wrong with it. Doggone it, needs some butter. 40% of drivers admitted to reckless driving as a result of their dog in the car.
Well, maybe don't drive with your dog in the car.
And I don't get why you drive recklessly with your dog in the car.
It depends what the dog is doing,
right? I mean, if your dog's in your lap, then yeah, you're driving recklessly. But I don't become, Tokyo Drift with my dog in the car.
No, but they can be distracting.
They can be, for sure.
Yeah. Sure.
I do laugh every time I see someone with the lap dog as they're driving.
Right.
Like, it makes me gay. I'm like, it seems like a bad idea, but it still makes me chuckle. Like, all right, man.
Right.
You do you.
Weird.
I mean, right, it's easy with phones, but dogs can't. I mean, I remember being like a teenager, and we're sitting at a light, right? And it's kind of like one of those kind of, not sharp lefts, kind of curves.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, it was a minivan, and this lady just plows into a parked car. And like clockwork, you could see like her get out and like 3 kids get out, and it's like, oh man, she turned around for a second to say something to those kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just plowed into that car.
Damn.
Kids like, we told you to keep your eyes on the road, Mom.
Nice job, Mom.
What did we tell you? Smartphones may be cycling out. The next generation is turning to dumb phones to avoid screens and better their mental health.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
The world's healing, man. I was really happy when I saw that study. Like, I hope that there's some truth to it. Now, I think a lot of us in this room would love to switch to a dumb phone, but for me, basically, what I do, I can't.
But you actually work on your phone.
Right.
So there's a difference. You put
so
yours
much
to
on my
work.
phone, yeah.
I don't. I mean, mine's just here to get angry text.
Right.
Yeah,
but you also don't spend a lot of time on your phone as it is. You're not scrolling Facebook or other social medias.
Nope.
It is just a phone for you. Same with you, Miles. Ted, even you, I don't think I've seen you scrolling your phone much.
Yeah, like when I'm at home, right, I'll look at Twitter and Instagram, but like I don't have Facebook on there just because
it's distracting, right?
Yeah.
Right. I got to get Facebook off my phone. I mean, I still use it there, but it's
But you use it for work as well.
I do.
So, I mean, so that's a big difference.
And I hate it.
In fact,
I hate it.
Mike was sitting in the office earlier today, just kind of off on his own, just kind of rolled the chair over toward a filing cabinet. VD walks by, because if you don't know, it looks like Mike is just scrolling through his phone, right? Yeah. VD goes, is this you working? Mike's like, yes, I am actually doing my job. But he was right. If you visually, it does look like he's just effing off.
It took me a while to get used to it, like when Robin would do it, because she would answer her emails from her phone. And I just be looking over there like, who is she texting?
I know. It looked like she was just texting people all the time.
No, she's legitimately hard at work over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are common misconceptions, things that we believe that we find out just aren't quite true. In fact, that happens throughout our entire lives.
Oh, yeah.
We grow up learning things that we later in life find out weren't true at all, which brings us to...
The Men's Room Top 10! The Men's Room Top 10!
10 things people believed as kids. That's hilarious today. I remember as a kid, adults used to say I could grow up to be anything I wanted to be. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to grow up and be a cat. Now look at me.
He's just a fox.
Don't lie to your kids.
Wanted to be a cat.
I want to be a cat.
You want to be when you grow up? Cat.
I think he hates cats.
I think he hates everything.
Yeah, he just admitted
That's
he
just my
hates
sense,
cats.
yes.
Yeah. He's not a, yeah. So these are the 10 things.
Ooh, his birthday, we're getting him a kitten.
10 things that people believed as a child.
You can't just drop a kitten on somebody.
Well, sure you can. Watch me do it. Like, hey, look at this cute little kitten. It's yours now.
Here you go, buddy.
Happy birthday.
No worries. I got you the litter box and the food and all that. You're good to go, man.
You ever see those litter boxes that clean themselves?
Self-clean, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get him one of those.
There you go.
He would still clean it. He would not trust it.
Right. He'd be activating it every 2 hours. I smell it.
Remotely from work.
I smell it. Remotely from work.
Dude, I think the cat is in the litter. I turned it off.
He found a way to create a Wi-Fi enabled and it has no technology in it. 10 things people have believed as a child that are hilarious. Today, number 10, if you reach the horizon, you can touch the sky.
Oh, come on. Yeah, but kids believe that.
Yeah. I always thought the moon was metaphorically driving.
I mean, technically, you can always touch the sky. Just reach your hand up when you're outside.
Sure.
Right?
But it kind of goes back to the same thing with like rainbows. You know, with the leprechaun at the end of the rainbow.
Oh, yeah,
like, I legit for the longest time was like, doggone it, I want to go out and chase one of these one day.
Well, of course, because everyone tells you that. Like, there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You're like, sweet.
I legit started yelling at my parents because I saw a rainbow over there. I was like, Mom, turn over that way. She's like, no, we're going to such and such a place. She knows I'm just stupid.
But you create your own monsters. Like, okay, don't bitch about money anymore. There's a pot of gold over there. That's all I'm saying.
There's gold right there.
Are you stupid?
Exactly. Ma! At the McDonald's!
If my kid were that crazy, I'd move to like Arizona. There are no rainbows. It does not rain. Just stop.
No rainbows in Arizona. No Irish there. Too hot. Number 9, farting outdoors is impossible.
What?
Right, this is one that I did not hear.
What? I'd never heard this.
Never saw my dad do it, so it's impossible.
Oh, my kids know it's possible.
Oh, yeah.
They know it's possible.
You start doing it strategically to see if anybody catches it, especially on a windy day.
Oh, my son now farts at his mom constantly.
Oh, no.
Oh, it just pisses her off. Because we're in Baltimore. We're staying at a hotel, and I guess I had gone down to smoke or something, but I walk back in the room. She's heated. He's kind of dying of laughter on the sofa. I'm like, what is going on? He's like, basically, I have gas. Mom's getting her hair ready or whatever, but she's been in there like 20 minutes. So every time he had to fart, he ran in there and aimed his ass directly at her and farted.
Oh, no.
She's like, I can tell he's your son. I'm like, well, it's funny.
Speaking of creating your own monsters, my wife did the same thing. She switched up our diet to where I'm eating a lot more chickpeas these days. Side note, disgusting. Yeah. But, one side effect of chickpeas is they're a gaseous food.
Absolutely.
Do you plow down some hummus?
No, just straight up chickpea salad.
Oh, God. Come on, man. Do the hummus.
I want the hummus.
Do the hummus. Do the hummus.
I woke myself up with a hot damn fart not terribly long ago, earlier this week. I just woke up. Michael J. I went and slept on the couch that night.
But I feel like chickpeas and beans, I don't know. I feel like beans sometimes, like, you fart more, but it's not necessarily terrible smelling.
Correct.
Hummus.
It is.
Yeah.
Hummus gets all the good in you and blows it out.
It does. I would feel like the movements are a little different.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. There's some urgency behind them. It's not a request. Number 8, we have to mow the lawn or the grass will grow forever.
Well,
to a degree. To a degree.
I mean, is that not true?
Yeah, I mean,
it gets about 6 feet high, then it'll just fall down and then kind of grow into itself.
Huh. I mean, so you got to, but it's like getting a haircut. I mean, like, yeah, if you want to stay on top of it, mow it, but you don't have to lie to the kids about it. Right. Just go mow the goddamn lawn.
10 things people believed as a child that's hilarious today. Number 7, the biggest threat of all, quicksand.
Oh, yeah.
It's everywhere, man. If there's trees, there's quicksand.
When I was growing up, that absolutely was a legitimate fear.
Yes.
I mean, every TV show, if there was a cliffhanger, someone was stuck in quicksand. So you had this belief, my God, it is everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And you will die.
When I was a kid, we actually got a live-action version of The Jungle Book at some point, and somebody dies in quicksand, and that, like, it's more he grew up sort of thing, right?
Right.
Somebody dies in quicksand, and that scarred me for a minute. That was a bad death scene.
Because no one ever sees it coming.
No!
You always just step into it, and basically you're going to die.
And down you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the shows I watch. Was there an A-Team episode where they got caught in it?
I would guarantee A-Team, $6 Million Man. I mean, pretty much any of those shows from that era, quicksand, at least in one episode, played a pivotal role.
Didn't we find out, though, quicksand actually can be real, but, like, you're only going to sink, like, a certain amount?
Correct.
Right. Typically, it's not that deep.
Right. It's not exactly deadly. It could be, but
if
it's
you
not
go face down.
Right. Ta-da.
Oh. Yeah. What has happened in your life if you're face down in quicksand?
This is how I go.
Right? Just like, screw it, man. I'm ostrich. Being ostrich, just put my head in the sand. And I'm gone.
And out we go. Number 6, swallowing your gum turns you into an ogre.
What?
I just learned to be in your stomach for 7 years.
Yeah, that's what I heard. 7 years specifically.
Is that true or not?
No,
it's not.
All right, that's what I always heard.
But even then, when they said that, and I believed it when I was a kid, it's on my stomach for 7 years, but no one ever said there was a complication because of it.
Right.
So I was like, so who cares?
Ta-da.
All right.
I heard that if you get an abnormally hard movement,
yes,
that's a piece of gum finally making its way out.
Okay.
Oh,
now see, I'm going to run with that one. I'm still going to tell people.
That's right.
Like, oh, that was brutal. Like, it's probably gum from 7 years ago.
That's that gum coming out. Yeah, dried
out. It's also just hard to swallow gum.
It
as
is.
an adult.
I did it
like as a kid, you kind of do it by accident. Half time you do it on purpose. You know.
Yeah.
As an adult, I'm like, I do not want to swallow this. Not that it makes any difference to anything, but like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sometimes you've been chewing it too long. You got to get rid of it. It's like, I don't want to swallow it.
Right. I'm sticking it under my desk.
Number 5, we all know the source of chocolate milk.
Chocolate cow.
Brown cows. That is absolutely right.
Brown cow.
Why did we all believe that so readily?
Because as a kid, evidence just needs to be circumstantial.
It does.
Right? So it's chocolate milk. got to be a brown cow. If you're a kid, you're like, makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Makes absolute sense.
That's why strawberry milk was just a wild thing. Like, where in the hell did they get that?
I also feel like as a kid, you just get chocolate milk.
Fair. When's the last time you've had a chocolate milk?
It's been a while. I love it.
2 weekends ago.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Good work, Ted. All right.
I'll tell you what, Smith Brothers, locally here, does a great job.
Yes, they do.
It is so good.
When I was growing up, all throughout school, that we had the cartons of milk that we got, it was all Smith Brothers milk.
Yep. That's good stuff.
Dude, it was fantastic.
Yeah. I enjoy chocolate milk on a Sunday morning.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Great hangover cure.
It is, actually. Kind of coat your stomach.
Again, these are the 10 things that people believed as a child that's hilarious today. Number 4, watermelons will grow in your tummy.
Yep, I remember that one.
Swallow the seeds.
Don't swallow the seeds.
Yeah, that kind of terrified me.
And again, there was an episode of a kids show that I was watching that kids swallowed a seed, and the episode was just scaring the living daylights out of them. Like, dude, it's gonna grow in your stomach. You gotta get rid of that thing. And it was all fun and dandy because he like burped and it came out of his.
Of course.
Wasn't that the thing with apple seeds too? Like you shouldn't eat the core.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like there's some like minuscule amount of poison in it.
Arsenic.
Yeah.
But like you would have to eat like a bushel of full apples.
If an apple had that much arsenic, they would tell you, "Hey, this is a poisonous fruit. Don't eat it."
Look, we had a water treatment plant, a sewage treatment plant that was down the road from us. It was for the entire neighborhood.
Nice.
You could go down there in the spring, and the entire perimeter of that rectangle was full of either squash, tomatoes.
Oh, that makes sense.
You name it. It was all growing.
Nutritious ground,
Yeah,
baby.
through the fence, you could look at like, that's a big tomato plant. It's like falling over. These things are so heavy.
You bet.
Because you're basically, you're in manure.
Yep, somebody on the text line knows the show. Number 3, teachers never leave the school. I believe that one.
Well, they were there when you left. They were there when you got there.
Hey,
like, man, get a life.
And a lot of them just kind of made themselves at home there in their classrooms. You know, they just got all their stuff in there. I don't know where they're keeping all their clothes at, but
I think the main thing when you get older, you just realize like teachers are not that old.
No,
I mean some of them
know
are,
that
but
now. But yeah, certainly as a child, I think now like all of my kids' teachers are younger than me. I'm just like, Jesus, guy, that's weird.
I also like the teachers' lounge when I was growing up. That was like, I would have done anything to go in there.
Yeah, well, they could still choke down cigarettes.
They
back
were
in the
smoking
day,
in there.
you know, all that good stuff.
For us, I just remember like in high school, like I mean, it's great. Either way, I just remember like the door like being cracked open. It's like, oh man, they're drinking Coca-Cola. They're having the time of their lives.
I like this one. A texter says, I convinced my little cousins that the round hail bays wrapped in white plastic in eastern Washington were giant marshmallows
Yes, they
at
were.
a giant marshmallow farm.
yes, they were.
That'd be funny to see a little kid taking a bite out of that.
Oh God, I can't bite into it.
It's not ripe yet.
It's not ripe.
Not ripe. Relax.
Number 2, we've all seen it. The superhero saves the day, saves the small town, and he gets the key to the city, the all-powerful key to the city.
Correct.
That doesn't do a doggone thing.
Right. It opens nothing.
No, but it's cool to get one.
Right. It's
Sure.
an honor, for sure.
Right?
But I thought it had a practical use as a
Right.
kid. I'm
It
like,
opened every door.
Wow, man. That is great. You trust this guy so much, like he can just walk into my home now.
And then even then, what's he going to do with the key to the city? Like, I can open any door in here. Okay, you going to City Hall to sit in on a meeting?
Yeah, it's cool.
I'd like to find a city small enough to give me a key.
Agreed.
What are you going to do for him?
Save the
Talk about it a lot.
Okay.
You got to get down there.
Ted Smith, Keymaster.
Key to the city.
Oh, Ted, you should get keys to the city of cities all over Washington State and then walk around like Washington's janitor. You just got a key to every city.
They still do that, the key to the city?
Big old
Yeah,
ring.
I think so.
They give them, I mean, right, it's just a ceremony, but they definitely give them out.
Ted, I'm starting this campaign. I want cities to start sending in keys to the Ted Smith.
Oh, I got to go.
We do.
You got to cut down the ribbon and stuff. And I'm like, I got the key to the city. It's like, dude, like, I don't want to make fun of any small town, but it's like, there's nothing here, dude. Like, yeah, there is.
Right. And then like Bugs Bunny, there's the Enum Club, Bonnie Lake, Lakewood.
Enum Club's probably too big for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nah.
Wilkinson, they'll give me a key.
Wilkinson will give you a key. South Prairie. They got you covered.
Toledo, I'm coming for you.
On Alaska, calling your name. But this is the number one thing that people believed as a child that's still hilarious today. I remember when I learned this one, that adults know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, pretend.
I forget what exactly made me realize that, but I finally it clicked like, nobody has any freaking idea what's going on around here.
That's the terrifying thing about being a parent. You realize in that moment, my parents knew nothing.
Right.
My kids have lots of questions, and you come up with answers on the fly.
Right. The world is full of great liars that convince kids that, no, we got it all put together. We know the answers. We don't know it. We're all flying by the seat of our pants.
Damn right.
What happens when? I don't know. We're going to figure it out when we get there. We'll cross that hill when we get there.
Don't worry about it. You guys will be fine. Then he nudged his wife like, dear God, we're all going to die.
We're going to die.
Yeah.
Baby, I don't know how we're going to get through this one.
Did you go check on that noise? Like, no, it's dark. I'm scared too.
Right. Hell no,
It's
man.
nothing. It's nothing. It's just the wind.
Yeah. Right as you walk down the stairs, you're praying it's the damn wind.
Right. You give it a half-ass look like, nobody's down here. All right, we're good. Go back to bed, baby. A couple guys in Cleveland had their fishing license suspended for 3 years.
Wow.
Miles. I'll tell you what happened at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK.
Love the skin you're in with Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa's facial services. Enjoy the tranquility and deep relaxation while giving your skin a rejuvenating glow. All facials are tailored to your individual needs using the highest quality ingredients designed to give you healthy, radiant, and younger-looking skin. Visit any one of their 8 Seattle Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa locations or book online at handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details. T-Mobile's network can help keep you connected to all your favorite podcasts when you're out and about. Whether you're an early bird looking to dive into a daily news podcast or a night owl who wants to catch up on the latest reality TV drama, T-Mobile will keep you connected on their strong and reliable network. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than anyone. So if you need great coverage, especially when you're on the go, check out T-Mobile. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/CY. That's SEEWHY.
Odyssey celebrates Pride by amplifying the voices, music, and conversations of the LGBTQ+ community. Download the free Odyssey app and listen to podcasts celebrating and having conversations about the issues facing LGBTQ+ Americans, like It's Okay to Say Gay, Queer Intentions, and The Bald and the Beautiful with Trixie Mattel and Katia Zamo. To hear music by and for the LGBTQ+ community, plus podcasts and more, go to Odyssey.com/pride or download the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.
Whether you love true crime or comedies, celebrity interviews, news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue, right? And guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance, too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, then they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. Now that's something you'll want to press play on. It's easy to start a quote, and you'll be able to choose the best option for you fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, it's Mike Hawk. Join me every Thursday at 1 p.m. exclusively on the Odyssey app as we go live with Odyssey. Join in on the action as we cover interesting facts, top 10 lists, and some fun new games. Follow the Men's Room page on the Odyssey app and join in all the fun Thursday afternoons at 1.
All right, we made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast. host of our Shot of the Day.
Quick time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast that greatest of American symbols, the majestic and occasionally annoying bald eagle. It's been the national bird of the United States since 1782 when it was placed with outspread wings on the Great Seal of our country. It is, in fact, the most pictured bird from sea to shining sea. Well, one bald eagle in particular is making the rounds right now on the intrawebs. He's in Missouri, and as they're saying, he is, quote, showing great dad skills as he has been patiently sitting atop an egg waiting for it to hatch. And people keep photographing this eagle because that is exactly what he's about. The eagle, however, will be waiting for quite a while because this particular eagle might be the dumb one, does not realize he's not sitting on an egg waiting for it to hatch. He's been sitting on a rock for the last couple of weeks now.
Must look a lot like an eagle egg.
I guess, man. People keep taking a picture of this poor thing, and you can tell he's like, he wants to go do other things, but obviously that paternal instinct says, no, I'm going to keep incubating this egg. It's a rock, dude. It's not going to hatch.
Something in him would notice, like after a while, like this egg isn't moving.
I mean, look, I don't know how eagles think, but I'm right there with you. You feel like there'd be some giveaway that, hey, man, maybe this is not an egg. It's just a rock.
America.
Yeah, but he's just been sitting there a good long while now. All these photographs, he's going to keep sitting.
Somebody's got to get up there and get that rock out of there.
They do. Because I feel like this poor eagle is going to end up like starving to death waiting for this damn rock to hatch. Either way, here's to you, bald eagle. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola, bichola!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Steve at Thrill Hill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Anthony. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. All right, Anthony, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. You know then you have your choice of one of four stories. The Wonderful World of Drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Interior Decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And, of course, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional weapon that someone chose to use as a weapon.
I'm going to say hit me with your best shot.
All right, here's your story. We go to Florida, where this particular person, he went to, as we'll say, full Will Smith on his wife. But to add insult to injury, he didn't just slap her, he hit her with food. A 39-year-old Florida man named Ortelio Alfonso, he was arrested last Friday when police responded to a residence after a 911 hang-up. Well, when they arrived, they found a woman with food across the left side of her face and all over her shirt. The report says there was also remnants of the food in her hair and ear area. Well, Ortelio, he admitted to slapping his wife in the face with food during an argument about disciplining their son. I'm going to go ahead and guess he's the heavy. Anyway, he was arrested for misdemeanor battery, and it sounds like his wife is fine other than the slap to the face with food. The question is, what food did he hit her with? Was it Jell-O, French toast, spaghetti, or pizza? So Jell-O, French toast, spaghetti, or pizza. One of these four made contact with her face.
I'm going to go with spaghetti. It's easy to mess up.
Okay, spaghetti for Anthony. French toast seems weird. I like pizza. I'm going to go pizza. I would never waste a slice of pizza like that. But
I wouldn't either.
Just seems like it could fit in the palm pretty easy.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I had some buddies. We went to visit them in college. They got pretty hammered, and I watched them throw spaghetti at each other.
You go spaghetti?
Yeah, it's a throwable food.
It is, man.
So, Anthony, you're going to stick with spaghetti, correct?
Yep.
Okay, what did he slap his girl wife there with? Was it Jell-O, French toast, spaghetti, or pizza? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
Walk the dogs, school drop-off, meetings from 10 to 3, take kids to soccer, then no time left for a jog.
When everyone else is relying on you, it's easy to put your needs last. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online, so you can show up for yourself the way you do for others. Visit betterhelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/positive.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories: hit me with your best shot on profile. This we had a Florida man who slapped his wife with food in his hand. He hit her in the face, hit her in the head. When the police got there, she still had some of the food in her hair and everything else in her hair. Question is, what did this man slap his wife with? Jell-O, French toast, spaghetti, or pizza?
And Anthony, we asked you that very question. You and the Ted Smith agreed on spaghetti. It was not spaghetti, but I think you made the right call in spite of being wrong.
All right.
Miles, you went pizza. It fits in the palm of your hand. Easy to do.
Yeah. All right.
And you are correct.
Pizza in the face.
I'm with you. I feel like that's the last item I was correct.
And before you ask, we do not have any indication of what the toppings were.
Mike, what'd they throw on Breaking Bad? Was that a pepperoni pizza he threw on the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Right.
Now for all TV news all time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got writers. Seth Meyers. The Jimmies.
Alan Kimmel.
Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
Right there in the title, these guys have teams of talented writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Dunkin' Donuts has announced a new breakfast item, and the breakfast taco, which some say will ignite the breakfast war again. Oh, wait, what's that? Sad news. It's just been reported that Tony the Tiger has attacked Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
The Ted Smith.
Writers.
Smith.
Yeah.
See, I specifically left out the captain.
Oh, of course. You got to leave him out, right?
A Great Dane in Virginia recently gave birth to 21 puppies. Well, she certainly knows how to roll over.
Seth Meyers.
Seth?
That's it.
A Great Dane in Virginia recently gave birth to 21 puppies. Well, she certainly knows a rollover.
Apple unveiled a new function called Pay Later. The way it works is you get a loan from Apple that you can use to buy Apple products, then you pay it later. In other words, Apple created the credit card.
Found it.
Kimmel.
Apple unveiled a new function called Pay Later. The way it works is you get a loan from Apple that you can use to buy Apple products, and then you pay it later. In other words, Apple invented the credit card.
In Washington, D.C., the deadline for U.S. official agencies to remove TikTok from all government devices. And 5 minutes later, inflation, climate change, and world peace were finally solved.
Writers.
Fallon.
In Washington, D.C., it was the deadline for U.S. federal agencies to remove TikTok from all government devices. And 5 minutes later, inflation, climate change, and world peace were immediately solved.
Honda has issued a recall for more than 300,000 of their vehicles due to an issue with the side view mirrors. Apparently what happened is that all the objects in the mirror were exactly as close as they appeared.
Writers?
Yeah.
Seth Meyers.
Honda has issued a recall for more than 300,000 vehicles due to an issue with the side view mirrors. Apparently what happened was all the objects in the mirror are exactly as close as they appear.
All right, Owen Wilson, he was talking about that he had a lifetime Rolling Stone concert pass.
Right? I would never even know that existed until I heard the story.
You're not Owen Wilson.
So like, you get a card for a lifetime of whatever. I've heard that before. As far as like a Subway, or there's people that have those cards out there where they get like a lifetime of food.
But you gotta either be that famous or know the band.
Correct.
Sure.
Like, look, we have a buddy that I'm pretty sure has a lifetime pass to any time when he goes to see one band, he goes to see their shows.
Okay.
Around the world. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So Owen Wilson, obviously they were a big fan of his, so they said, here's that lifetime pass. So he was on the Late Late Show, and he talked about basically how long he had it and how he lost it.
I went to see the Rolling Stones in Argentina. We got these special laminates, all access, that were good for the rest of your life. That night at the concert, I'm kind of wandering around, and I ended up right at this place where I could look over and see Mick Jagger, and then all of a sudden he bolts during Jumping Jack Flash and comes running down, and it turns out where I was kind of part of the stage, and then someone came running over, "Get out of here, move, you're not supposed to be here." And then I get a call the next morning from Mick's security team, "Do you have that laminate?" "Yes, I still have it." "Okay, we're going to come over and pick it up."
But they revoked your whole
pass?
the lifetime pass?
Yeah, the lifetime pass. I only had it for,
had it for a day.
Damn.
Which,
a
lifetime, the Stones aren't going to be here for your lifetime, so.
Yeah,
no, you're Owen Wilson, you can pay for a ticket.
You could,
but still, to lose that.
You can't pay for a ticket to get on the stage.
No.
Or get backstage.
No.
Like, that's a cool thing. And then, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty hard to wander out on stage. I guess it's that big of one, but also, like, I don't know. I've been backstage in a lot of places. Like, generally, security's pretty tight. You know what? I take that back. If you do have a backstage pass, you can kind of walk up side stage and watch stuff. And, like, they're not, like, super strict.
Backstage is tough.
Is tough, right. But once you're back there, it's pretty loose. But, yeah, that would suck. And Rolling Stones are a monster. And one day, just wandered out there. All right, we all know about Jeremy Renner and his accident, correct?
Yes.
So New Year's Day, right, he got run over by his own snowplow that weighs 14,000 pounds. He sat down with Diane Sawyer for an interview that'll air next week on ABC. So we knew he was hurt, right?
Yeah.
Like, really bad. But some of the stuff is unreal. They listed off in this clip some of the stuff he broke. They include a broken face and eye socket.
Jesus.
8 ribs broken in 14 places. A broken right knee, left tibia, both ankles. Broke both ankles.
That is, it was a plow, but yeah.
That name again is Mr. Plow.
Collarbone, jaw, and right shoulder. He also suffered a collapsed lung when his liver was pierced by a rib bone.
Golly, dude. You know what? He's very, very lucky to be doing an interview.
Well, he says
to be around to do an interview.
He says, quote, "I chose to survive. You're not going to kill me. No way." I mean, I would have to think maybe part of that is his fitness and being that good a shape. Like, I just feel like a normal person would just get run over by that and die.
I mean, he's Hawkeye, so.
He is.
Yeah, I don't know. I cannot believe he survived that.
I also, I saw a clip from it, right, because he was trying to save his nephew or something. And they were like, "Man, this is horrible. Would you do it again?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Like, I'd obviously do it again if it was going to run over a family member and I could go take care of it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Also, where he's at in Tahoe, I don't think people understand how much snow they get down there. I mean, when you go up, if you go up to the pass, right, or you go to snowboard at Summit, Snoqualmie, those walls of snow, he needs that snowplow just to get from his place out to the street.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I told you, man, I almost ran a couple of stop signs there because they are seriously 15 to 20 feet off the ground.
Oh,
because of the amount of snow on the side of the road. So you look up and you're like, and I was there in the summertime, so I'm just envisioning what is happening. Oh my God, the snowbank is 6 feet high, at least.
Some of that stuff, too, is just hard to fathom till you see it in person.
Agreed.
Right? I always talk about this, but just going over the passes is one thing, right? I've been over, a pass in the Appalachians and stuff, and they're super steep.
Sure.
Right? Miles, you're probably thinking the same one, the Cumberland Gap. You go over it and stuff, and you realize that it's through a mountain, but man, when you go up over the passes here on 90...
A lot different.
Completely different. And any time of year, hell, I've been up there coming back with the donkeys from an Easter, the classic in Spokane. And we were coming back over one Sunday. It was brutal. It was touch and go. I was like, I don't know if we're going to make it over.
That's when you stop looking out the window.
Correct.
Just let's just talk to each other. Let the driver handle it.
Yeah. And one time we went over, Miggsy and I may have ingested a very strong Rice Krispie treat. And we're in the back of it. We can't see anything. And he just looks at me and he's like, "Did you think we were going to die too?" And I was like, Yep,
sure did.
Yeah, you're right. We didn't say a word till we were over the pass, and we were safe. This is kind of interesting. After 9 seasons of The Office, the stars of the show had picked up a habit that was hard to break. So Steve Carell, he joined Jenna Fisher and Angela Kingsley on their podcast, Office Ladies. And even he admitted Bless you. I never had a job where I didn't look into the camera at some point. And Jenna's like, same. I can't make the camera a character now. It's such a habit. And then Angela said the same thing. She was like, I actually had a director say, Angela, you just looked right down the barrel.
Right.
Which is weird because that's such a big part of that show.
It absolutely is.
But obviously, any other TV show you're working on, that is a massive no-no to stare right into the camera and talk to them.
Yeah, no other shows do that. I mean, there's Abbott Elementary now, which kind of took the same kind of thing. But the idea is that they're doing a documentary. But if you take that out of it, you don't look at the camera.
Correct. Like Trailer Park Boys, right? That's the whole idea, too, is that they're in the trailer park and there's somebody filming a documentary on them. So you're right. Like, they'll look into the camera a bunch and talk. But also, it just films the other show. But I haven't seen Abbott Elementary. Was The Office the first one to do that on, like, network TV?
That I can remember. There was, when Three's Company first started.
They would look in the camera.
Mr. Roper would, but he'd, not because the director wanted him to, but when he had a great one-liner or comeback, he would just do it, and the crowd loved it. So it wasn't the idea they're doing a documentary. It's just if Mr. Roper says something funny, he would just straight up look at the camera and smirk, and it made it funny. And they would just descend back into the show, but yeah.
I should say Saved by the Bell, too. Like, there were certain episodes where Zach literally would go, like, time out.
Right, but wasn't he kind of narrating what
and he would, like, look into the camera and, like, narrate something. But it wasn't all the time and stuff. Whereas, like, The Office, that was constant.
Constant, yeah.
Right? And, like, they're doing the interviews, this and that. So, I don't know. I mean, I can imagine if you do that show for 9 years, it'd be very hard
to stop doing that.
Right. Like, you know, if we were working on a different radio show, it'd be hard to answer a phone call and not say Ola Bichola.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'd be fired in 2 days. You got to stop saying, like, dude, it's habit.
Well, think about how hard it was to just stop saying W when you moved from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right? And you got to start saying K.
God, that was a weird thing.
Yeah.
All the radio stations.
K is a lot easier than W.
Yeah, things roll off the tongue a lot better, that's for sure.
But I feel like when we first moved here, I don't know, I did. Miles, I'm sure you got a couple like WKISWs.
Yeah. WKIS, sorry. KISW.
I just said, you've been stung on the buzz.
I think the big news today, we've been talking about it all day. We're talking about ballpark foods. Your Mariners are back in action. I believe that game's at 7:10. I'm sure a lot of people are down there, like I was saying. Opening day is a special, fun environment. I know Mike Hawk's going tomorrow night. Yeah. But also, not just the Mariners. You also still got the Kraken in action. Oh. Kraken, let's get another streak going.
Yep.
I think I said on these airways, I was guaranteeing that they're making the playoffs. They still should.
They should.
If they miss the playoffs, I would be very disappointed at this point.
And you'll be wrong.
I know. Like, come on, Kraken.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting close. There's only about a month left in the season. Like,
come on, guys.
Get this done.
Let's get it.
You know, it's like you say in every sport. Just get in the tournament.
This is one of the best days, especially for traffic, that a lot of people still don't work downtown.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we miss people downtown. But at the same point in time, like tonight, yeah, it's okay. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
You diet, you work out, and still there's that one stubborn spot. Hey, it's Jason. I just went after my stubborn fat by doing cool sculpting at Tureen Dermatology, Minnesota's top cool sculpting provider. Dr. Tureen is my dermatologist. We froze my fat, and those fat cells are gone for good. FDA approved. No pain, no downtime. Ranked top doctor 8 years in a row. Trust the experts at Tureen Dermatology. Call today, 651-633-6883, and say goodbye to stubborn fat.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Nothing to see here. Just a man in the Vegas airport terminal, openly smoking meth. Never good when a fake paramedic shows up when one is near death. New York judge terminated for banging his gavel on OnlyFans. Shocking that stuffing fish with weights is something that a fishing tournament would ban. And a Florida principal falls for the old I'm Elon Musk trick. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story, we go to Cleveland, where cheaters don't win. A couple guys raised suspicions of game officials after they entered a fish into a local tournament. The winner of which would go home with $28,000 in prize money, and they did win.
But their fish didn't weigh at the normal scale of fish of their type, and a short investigation revealed that they had loaded their fish with weights and fillets to increase the poundage. They pled guilty to the charges and avoided bigger fines and jail time, but were forced to suspend their fishing licenses for 3 years, and one had to relinquish his $100,000 boat.
Also, they had won about 15 or 16 other tournaments. So all those now are being investigated or looked into. Obviously, there's nothing you can do at this point because you don't have the fish and everything
else. Are these the same two guys that were doing it last year?
Yep.
And this is a new case?
No, they're just...
they're just putting the trial up. Okay, exactly. I was like, how can you keep doing this, fellas?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this racket's all done now. In other news, a judge in New York is out of a job after his side hustle was revealed.
Why does it matter?
I know. I feel the same. Complaints and calls for disbarment came rolling in after it was revealed that the judge had a successful second job on the website OnlyFans, in which he posted numerous photos and videos of pornographic material.
Okay.
And it was all judge themed and whatnot, and yeah.
And it's legal. I mean, that's the thing.
Exactly. As long as he was fulfilling the duties of his job, there is no reason to fire him from his job.
I mean, look, you might lose your job dressing as Mr. Potato Head for all the wrong reasons, but still, your heart is in the right place.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, it really does. Like, man, because you've heard cops get fired for this, teachers get fired for this, doctors, nurses, now a judge. And it's like, dude, it's OnlyFans. So one, for you to discover it, if you discovered it, should you lose your job?
Right.
Right? I mean, like, come on, man.
Exactly.
Why do you care?
Right.
Why do you care? It doesn't impact any of the decisions that he makes in any court case.
Right.
People want to see his penis. He's willing to show it.
You know,
good for him.
Is it that it's all about imagery? That's all it is. Just optics.
It is.
It's like, okay, the optics don't matter as long as he's following the letter of the law of his job.
That's it.
Good to go. Speaking of out of a job, we go to Florida, where a principal of a local school has resigned her position. Against the advice of her coworkers, the principal continued to talk with an individual over email that had convinced her that he was eccentric billionaire Elon Musk.
Come on, stupid.
And that he wanted to donate several $1 million to the school. But it wasn't going to come easily. She fell for the old trick in which she needed to send money before receiving any and wrote him a check for $100,000 from the school's budget.
Why would you think that the guy is a billionaire? Whatever you think of him as a human being, whatever.
Right.
Why would you think he needs your money to then give you, if he wanted to give you money,
exactly,
he is in position to just do it. It'd be one thing if write a letter why I should donate to your school,
right?
But not if you give me $100,000, I'll give you $6 million, because you would ask yourself, in what world does that make sense?
Does that work? Right. Now, I will admit, I went just about as far as this teacher did, falling for the same scam. I was trying to sell my truck. Somebody answered the ad, gave me the old, okay, yeah, just send it to this account, but or rather, I can pay you the money through this account, but you need to be able to activate it, so you need to send me money first so it can be activated, then I'll send it all back and I'll send you all the money. I was like 17 at the time. Like,
did they get you?
No.
All right.
I mean, I gave them some information, but then immediately shut everything down because I was like, this doesn't look right. So,
it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have the money to buy this thing or you don't?
Right.
If you need my help to purchase something that you're buying from me, I don't trust
Right.
it.
And I was a stupid teenager at the time.
You're 17.
I wasn't the principal of a school that shouldn't be doing this.
That's insanity. And I get it. A couple of years ago, I almost got caught in one of those scams, like you haven't paid your electric bill. Like, that's odd. And then but I'm at like a it was super busy, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go and pay it. And then the guy's like, well, you got to give us your banking account. And that's I was like, hang on, I can't walk to a place and pay it. There's no
right.
No,
right,
you got to give
exactly.
us. I was like, all right, click. That's wrong.
Right.
But they had me for like 90 seconds or 2 minutes.
Sure. Yeah, if there's ever a thing, go directly to the source. Ignore whatever message they sent you.
Right,
Ignore
go
the caller.
to the source.
Go directly to the source. Like, can you look this up? I'm trying to resolve this issue. There's no issue. Very good.
Or you found out you owe more.
Yeah, right. Luckily, an administrator did catch wind of the situation and canceled the check before it was processed. The principal resigned from her position following the incident. She says, I'm actually a smart lady, but they got me. I'm like, you're not.
Her comments were kind of bad.
They were.
I'm really sorry, like this and that. I just made a bad mistake. Over months.
Obviously not that
weeks.
smart.
That's it for headlines with that. Mike Hawkins out. Go Mariners.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Let's see lovely Taryn Daly's up next. We'll see you tomorrow for the return of Bad Choice Friday and Ted versus the FCC.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, Well, we be all about this bitch for 180 seconds or so. So until then, do what you do best, and for Alifa's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Love the skin you're in with Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa's facial services. Enjoy the tranquility and deep relaxation while giving your skin a rejuvenating glow. All facials are tailored to your individual needs using the highest quality ingredients designed to give you healthy, radiant, and younger-looking skin. Visit any one of their 8 Seattle Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa locations or book online at handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit Max.com.
T-Mobile's network can help keep you connected to all your favorite podcasts when you're out and about. Whether you're an early bird looking to dive into a daily news podcast or a night owl who wants to catch up on the latest reality TV drama, T-Mobile will keep you connected on their strong and reliable network. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than anyone. So if you need great coverage, especially when you're on the go, check out T-Mobile. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/CY. That's SEEWHY.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.